And then if you guys don't know Siobhan was a real important person in my life, and Seth knew her really well as well. Gosh. It's still doing it. I don't understand. It's making me like actually angry. I don't understand why it's
Always
doing
a
this.
catch with these streams.
Thank you, Vinny. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. The Siobhan was like never like loved my type sense of humor, but she liked the videos and stuff. She's like, oh, your stuff's kind of silly, and it was never her type of sense of humor. But then she saw Milford, and she said Milford is the best thing that we've ever done. It was like right up her alley. She really even though Milford isn't a comedy, she just liked it, and she also said Dad was the coolest thing I'd ever done. So that was the bizarre stuff she liked. But anyways, I dedicated it to Siobhan because I finally made something that she was into. Something gloomy. All right, so here. Oh, I'll say one thing. This shot right here. So this whole building's been painted. This is right near where Seth, this is 1 block from the tattoo removal place I go to now.
It is?
Yeah, this is in Portland, everyone. Portland, Oregon. And that sign used to say Milwaukee Mart because the neighborhood of Portland is Milwaukee. That's like what they call the area. And you can see it's on Milwaukee Street on that street sign. It's on the corner of Wall Street and Milwaukee. So it was called Milwaukee Mart. And now it's painted like red, white, and blue. It looks horrible. And the sign is bright white. And the yellow sign was so much cooler in my opinion, and the dingy Thank you, Bombs.
We gotta wait for it. Can you just turn off?
$1. How did you decide on the location? Just somewhere nearby, or did you spend time finding the location?
I wish I could turn it down so I could just read it. Thank you, Bombs.
We had locations.
Yeah, what you want to say?
Also, we had a producer, and he went around.
Yeah, so
Did he look for locations, or was
I went with them. It was Brett, our producer, and Tiffany McGuire was our location manager, I guess, location scout. Tiffany got all the locations for us. Tiffany gets locations for films in Portland, and I flew up with Aaron, the cameraman, before we filmed, like a month before.
I didn't go then.
Seth didn't go then. It was me, Aaron, the producer, one of the producers, Brett, and Tiffany, and we went and we looked at a ton of locations, and she showed us this, and this is what we decided on because this looks a lot like Milford right here. We needed the opening shot. Yeah, just trying to
pick places that looked like. I just have Milford.
Yeah, we wanted to find something that looked like Milford, Massachusetts, because Milford, Massachusetts is where our parents still live, and this is what.
I was gonna say too. Isn't this the location where the interior stuff is where you shop?
Yeah, and then we used this location twice because then when I go to get the gas can and I go start on my spending spree, when I get some money and I get the car, I go in here and I buy all this stuff.
And as well, we had Aaron, the cinematographer. He was up on I think it was a 20-foot step ladder.
It was a really tall step ladder across the street, so we could get this
they mounted
angle.
The camera to the top of the ladder, and he was up on the ladder to get this overhead shot.
There's a picture on my Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted a bunch of pictures when we were filming this, and I have the picture of Aaron up on this huge ladder with the camera bolted.
It's really tall.
It's a big camera. If you look at this other pictures, actually you can see it in the thumbnail of this. There's a really long lens, which is a $150,000 lens that we rented. We shot the whole movie on that lens, and the whole thing was up in this giant ladder to get this intro super zoom shot. So yeah, but Joey, who does effects, and Joey, who I tweeted, he put a short out there yesterday, like a CG short. Joey did effects on this. He was like 17 at the time when he did this or something. He started doing effects for us when he was like 15 years old. He also did them on Seth's movie. He does digital cleanup and FX. But anyways, he switched the sign to he made it say Milford Mart. So anyways, the camera is a red. It's a red Epic that we used, and the lens is I don't even know what lens, but it's what's the millimeter? Do you know?
Oh, we used a is it an Angenu?
Angenu, is that the name? You can see it in the thumbnail of this stream. It's the same camera that we use for the Dad series and for Neutral and for all the other stuff. Aaron's an amazing DP, and Harrison.
That's the one that Aaron
was the
same camera Aaron used on my film too.
Yeah, and on Seth's movie. What's Harrison? He was the camera. He wasn't a camera assistant, but he was like the AD, not assistant director. It's that would have been basically Brett or somebody, or me, really.
I'm not sure.
I forget, the second camera person was
Oh,
Harrison.
oh.
He like set the camera up and helped Aaron do all the other stuff. Basically, there's 2 camera people usually on a movie, and I'm spacing on everyone's titles.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So here we go. Thank you for the donation. And the music is by Shaw Drew, who did Neutral. He did a Dad song. He did the Andrew WK song. Oh, it's doubling here too. Why is this doubling when we all have headphones on? I gotta figure this out. This is gonna drive me insane.
Always a problem.
Always a problem. Maybe it's because I'm sharing the desktop audio with you, but it shouldn't matter.
Yes. Gotta have something to do with me coming in.
Discord is sharing your screen and audio.
Can you mute me?
Probably.
You hear me?
Yeah, here, let me...
Try to...
Okay, you're muted now. Now let me play it and see what happens. But then I won't be able to talk to you. That's the whole point. It's still doing it. That doesn't make any sense. Muting... Hang on. Muting you doesn't do anything.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I was going to say Harrison was the first AC.
First AC, yeah. I'm dumb.
Um,
This is insanity. Does Yoda know how to fix it? Yeah, Yoda, call me. Do you know how to fix this? This is the worst. I can never. This is too complicated of a stream for me. This is what Yoda does with Ty all the time. So, what the heck am I doing wrong?
Hold on a second.
I have Seth popped out in a window. Does that messing it up somehow?
No, let me do. I'm gonna do FaceTime, and you can show me your OBS.
Yeah, right.
I'm wearing headphones, so I don't think I'd be interfering with it.
Yeah.
So Seth is on desktop, and that's me talking, and I muted all the donation things.
Scroll down. That doesn't make any sense.
All muted.
That makes no sense.
I think it's because I'm sharing my desktop audio with Seth.
But when you mute me, it still echoes.
But that's not. I didn't stop sharing the audio to that, Seth. Thanks for sitting around, everybody. This is really entertaining.
Yay.
For another OBS open at the same time somehow, do you? Like the regular OBS or something?
No.
The way that happen is if
I have Seth popped out in this separate browser window. I think it has something to do with that.
I don't think so. That wouldn't make any sense unless.
And then I have this window open, which is my call with Seth, but that's running the call, and then this is Seth popped out.
Want me to try to mute myself and see if that changes anything?
It's occurring in OBS. That's the only thing that can do that.
Yeah, I think it's. I wonder if it's because Seth and the desktop are the same thing for some reason.
I don't think so. There has to be some way that you're hearing the stream output because the notification is playing in OBS, and then somehow OBS is hearing that.
Yeah.
When you get a donation, which level moves? Desktop audio?
Desktop moves. Vinny, I did that. I already did that. Thank you for donating. I did that, and I went to the settings and turned everything down.
That doesn't make any sense. You don't have the stream open with audio on, do you? But the delay's so small that it doesn't make any sense either.
I know.
If you really can't figure it out, you can always log into Streamlabs and turn off alerts or mute them.
Oh, I should just go to Streamlabs and mute stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, though, because, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I can understand it.
OBS is always an anomaly.
Not for me. I'm telling you, you got to get off of that Streamlabs OBS and get on the normal one.
Yeah, I might have to switch. All right, I'm going to go mute notifications in actual Streamlabs just for this stream.
Yeah, you can mute them or disable them. I'm trying to think of some way.
Yeah, but the movie's echoing too. Yeah, Kevin just said how that, like, something's going on because Milford is echoing. It has to be because I'm sharing the desktop audio with Seth.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, go to your desktop audio, right click, and go to advanced audio settings, and tell me.
Is this what Vinny was telling me to do? Advanced. I can go to. There's no advanced audio settings for that.
You click on the gear.
I know, but they don't have that anymore. It's not advanced anymore. It just goes to the.
Okay, well, you can see like monitor and output and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff. What is that desktop audio set to?
Monitor off.
Okay.
And
right.
use device timestamps is turned on for some reason. It's weird that it says monitor off because.
You don't want it.
I definitely want it off. Yeah, because it would be even more echo.
I thought that.
Are you under, Nathan?
What? On desktop audio.
No, I never turned that on. So I thought this is why it's blowing my mind.
Should I go into my voice video or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty confused too. That doesn't make any sense because I'm baffled. But you've done this a million times before.
I know. I've done a ton of times. So I don't know what's going. This is just my luck. Nothing ever works for me. It has to be because I'm sharing my desktop. I'm gonna stop sharing with Seth and see what happens. Okay.
Well, we gotta play the movie and see what happens.
But now Seth's not gonna be able to see the movie while I see it.
Yeah,
That's
but
the thing.
I can follow along with my own.
He has to watch the stream on a delay.
No, just see if it solves it, and then you'll know, because maybe it's not.
Okay, so here's the movie. I'm gonna hit play. I bet you this did it. Oh wait, let me turn it up. I gotta turn it up for you guys. Yeah, it's fine now. Seth, say something.
Hear me? 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you, but now you can't see the movie.
I can see the movie on the stream.
You can watch on the stream, which is a second delay. You're not seeing
Yeah,
it.
but you're still gonna pause it. It's fine.
I knew that was the problem, but like it shouldn't happen because I need Seth to see exactly what I'm seeing as I'm seeing it. You know.
Yeah, but Nate, I can.
Happen though. I'm trying to think.
I guess Seth, if you want to watch on a delay.
It's only a couple seconds, right?
It's only like a second delay, but still, you don't really want to do that.
Yeah, well, it's just a pain. Yeah, well, we might just have to do
We're
that.
just gonna be pausing it anyway. Yeah.
What? Maybe it's a disc.
It's something about him hearing it, because I think when I share it with him, I'm hearing it, he's hearing it, and I'm hearing what he's hearing for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's what's making it echo.
Well, Nate, it doesn't matter because we can just pause it.
Or something, because it's the sounds that come over his headphones.
Yeah, and maybe it's like that thing where I remember these headphones. My microphone was picking up. It did a weird echo there. Listen.
Bombs Gas donated $1. Donation echo test.
That was a slower one.
It's not as insane, but it's still happening for some reason. Why is that still happening?
And honestly, I
the
don't
movie
have
echoing?
any alerts playing because you have everything muted.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I literally have everything muted, so why the heck are we still hearing the sounds?
Can you hear me?
Maybe you just don't have the meter for the
I can hear you, Seth.
alert on display.
I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
I think it might be his headphones, because the only thing that's not coming over his headphones is his own voice. So that's why he's not echoing and everything else is.
Yeah.
Vinny to the K donated $1. Donated $1. Watch the website. Watch it together at the same time, or something like it, or something like it. Just record it from there. Just record it from there.
This is just as annoying. It's doing the echo, but like 1 second apart.
In your OBS,
I hate streaming.
in your OBS, find your alerts layer, right click, and go to properties, and see if you're controlling audio through OBS. Yeah, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be, but if it's not showing up on the side.
Go to what?
Go to your alerts layer.
Yeah, and then what? Right click?
Right click properties, and is control audio through OBS selected?
No, that's what I was trying to figure out earlier. Now I'm going to do that.
Yeah, select that and then turn that down.
That is 100% turned down. I see merch. It's turned down. It probably already had one. Oh, because it's there and it's already turned down. So I already did that earlier, I guess.
So is that
Yeah, you need me to use it.
Let me do that one as well.
Headphones?
Why are they separate?
I don't know. I have different ones. Yeah, I have them open. They're all turned down. So don't know what's gonna. Maybe that'll fix it.
Were they already turned down?
They were already turned down, but maybe now that they have the actual control there. Hey Frank, now the dog's barking. Welcome to my stream, everybody. Oh, Frankie, stop. All right. Seth, you just have to watch on a delay, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Or maybe you could try sharing it or something.
Yeah. Hang on.
Very, very professional stream.
You know, it's honestly a miracle Seth and I can make a film. Can't even do a stream.
Yeah, this is why you need a producer.
Streaming is more complicated.
Streaming is harder than making a feature film, no joke.
You gotta just clean up your OBS, I think.
I can't read it, Vinny, because there's nowhere for me to see your donation. Unless it's in Discord or something. Vinny, use the website Watch Together to watch it with Seth at the same time or something. Just record it. I can't go do that now. That's a good idea for the future. We gotta just do this. Snow Angel, have you never watched any of my streams? They're always a disaster. Must be new.
Usually isn't this bad.
No, they're always this bad.
Is the audio fine on the movie now, Nick?
Yeah, audio's fine. Let's just play it.
That's right. All right.
Okay, thanks.
All right, later.
Bye. I'm just going to turn down the donations every time someone gives one. There is a direct donation link for Seth. Someone asked. I don't know where it is. Someone might have it. One of the mods might have it. And they can post it if anyone does want to donate to Seth.
This audio sensitivity is pretty low. It's like...
Yeah, hang on. I got to turn you up. Is that what you're talking about? You?
I don't know. Someone said having me turn down my sensitivity.
I turned you down a second ago.
Julie said.
Now you're up. Hello, Pirate.
My side, they wanted me to. All right. Play the movie.
Gosh, dang it. I need to like...
No echo on the movie though, right?
No echo on the movie. I need to like trim this stream afterwards to like starting here. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Milford. This is the first shot.
Thank you.
We shot it in Portland, Oregon. Here we go. This ground was very cold. And I was drinking Mountain Dew Code Red.
I remember getting up in the morning and I was like, oh my god, it's freezing.
Yeah, it was very, very cold. I'm going to turn the movie down a little bit because I think Seth might be under it. Let me know how Seth and the movie audio are.
Hey, Sloan. What the hell?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Travis? I just saw you in a music video sitting on a beach surrounded by women in bikinis.
This is our friend Martin, as most of you know. I just wanted to say this was like a daydream that I had in not high school, after high school. Well, it sort of started in high school. Me and my friend Jessica Miners, this girl, we were both obsessed with going to California. And this is sort of like a dream where I was like, oh, I come back to like Medway, which is the town I went to. It wasn't actually Milford. It was a town next to Milford. And imagine like some people like, oh, I saw you in this music video. And I saw you in a movie. What are you doing back here? Why would you come here? So that's kind of why I wanted to do this scene.
Also, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweatshirt Nathan's wearing is a plumber in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I had this made. I made this sweatshirt because there's a guy. Yeah. What's his name again?
Chuck Laverty.
Yeah, Chuck Laverty. There's a truck you always saw driving around Massachusetts. Chuck Laverty. And we always had this ongoing joke. The reason I made this sweatshirt is because it was a joke between me and my friends, where Chuck Laverty truck drove by and says, plumbing, irrigation, insulation. Like, the guy just seemed to do everything.
He made a joke that he would, do everything. Like, you would call him up and he'd be like, oh, my refrigerator broke. Oh, okay, I'll fix it for you, whatever. And he didn't really know how, but...
Yeah, he did it all. But he was originally a plumber. Chuck Laverty's Plumbing. Chuck Laverty and Sons, I think it was. Plumbing.
We did not know that this person personally.
We didn't know who this guy is. We just saw the company driving around. Saw the truck in Massachusetts. So I made a shirt. So we just
made up all the stuff. It's like, oh, your kid's failing in math. Chuck Laverty will come over and tutor him. Or
yeah, it was an ongoing joke we had. So I was like, oh, I should make a Chuck Laverty shirt. But I actually am not even wearing it in this scene. Right now I'm wearing the Milford Highway Department shirt where it just says, and I made that up too. I don't know what the people who work, there is a highway department and they fix the potholes in the road. And I always see these guys driving around. They usually wear orange vests. I decided I'm just going to write on the sweatshirt as if, because he probably got this shirt from the Salvation Army or he worked for the highway department at one point and then quit because he didn't want to keep doing the labor. Because this guy kind of floats around. So, yes, I made a bunch of shirts that had to do with actual Milford, Massachusetts. But that one guy, Chuck Laverty, Seth, tell him the story about what we discovered about Chuck Laverty recently.
I don't want to talk.
Why?
Oh, well, he got busted for growing marijuana in his house.
Yeah.
His son.
He apparently did do
He
everything.
went to jail.
And apparently, that wasn't even the bad part. Apparently, he was growing marijuana and he got arrested or whatever. It was like a ton of it, apparently. He was something about him, like his whole business was a front. Chuck Laverty.
His business was a front.
Wasn't actually a plumber. It was all false advertising.
Well, they were, but they were laundering the money through the plumbing company.
I know.
Because eventually someone caught on. It's like, oh, how come you've like got $200,000 worth of plumbing work, but you don't have any receipts for like the materials and all this stuff? Or I don't know how they busted it. It was in the newspaper.
Yeah. We found that out afterwards. We're like, oh, wow, we're advertising for Chuck Laverty, and then he's a criminal. But yeah, the weed wasn't even the bad part. It was the fact that he was like doing all this like sketchy business stuff or whatever.
These are the kind of guys that he hangs out with, works for.
Yeah. So Chuck Laverty. I have the only existing sweatshirt for this plumbing company in Milford because I made it.
Yeah, because you made it.
All right. So yeah. Here's this guy saying, what are you doing here? There was some other dialogue in this, too, which we had cut out, I think. There's a couple extra lines from him about, like, how crappy his winter is because his pipes froze, which is a thing in Massachusetts. Your pipes freeze if you don't put a clamp light next to it under that pipe at night. They'll freeze at night.
That's what our dad does.
Our dad takes a clamp light under the sink and because the light bulb.
Pipe that comes in through the foundation of the house in the winter, it gets so cold, so he just puts a clamp light on to keep it warm enough so it doesn't freeze.
Because the light bulb will keep it hot enough to keep the water watery.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just another day at work.
Can you guys hear
you're
it?
Sitting against a wall back in Milford. What are you doing back in this rat's nest?
I'm visiting my mom. What's up with you?
My pipes froze.
Chuck Laverty
Got that going on.
Sucks, man. That's not something I have to deal with anymore out in California. Now I take outdoor showers.
Screw you.
Playing?
Yeah.
Well, tell the Kardashians I say hi.
Will do.
Lucky bastard.
So that, I would say that moment right there, and when it comes back, then this is when you first realize, oh, that was like a daydream, or they'll maybe think it was, people might not understand, they might think it's a memory at this point because the movie just started. I wanted it to be very obvious that it was more of a dream in a way without giving too much away, so that the sound mixer, Brett, who is our friend, he works for Adult Swim and he does all this stuff for us like on the side. He did a really good job with the sound design, and he did just stuff like that whoom, where it sort of comes back to reality to help snap us out, so you really know it's more of a daydream instead of just a hard cut. Would have been maybe more of a memory, I would think. So anyways, yeah, I'm probably gonna talk too much, but yeah, here's the highway department shirt. Oh, and the slush that's coming up was the only ice we had. We like made the ice there. Jade, our props master, she like made snow and slush for us. It was freezing. It was very cold this day, and everyone was saying in Portland, they're like, this is a very unusually cold January, because normally it's like pretty mild up here. It was.
There was no like
freezing.
Moisture or snow or anything.
It was so cold when we shot. Like it felt. We came here on purpose because we didn't want to go to actual Milford because it would have been too cold and we had to fly everyone across the country. It's like, oh, we'll just go up from LA to Portland. The whole crew went from LA to Portland. We all flew up and we stayed in the house. We shot in the house. It's in an upcoming scene.
Well, a lot of people were local to the Portland area.
But like the camera people, the sound guy, the gaffer,
crew was
the main crew. Me and Seth. We all went up, and the actors came up from LA. Some of them, Martin, Courtney, and myself. Bob came up from LA. Anyways, it was colder here than it was in Massachusetts when we filmed, so it didn't really help.
Worked though; it made it like feel. It just you didn't have to act cold.
Yeah, it was very cold. So yeah, we put that one bit of slush there. I wanted just a good image of Milford as like stepping in slush on a dirty ground is like basically Milford in the winter.
are the kind of things that bother you when you make a movie. It's like, okay, it looks like it could be slush, but it could be someone dumped on ice. So,
Yeah, it's not slushy enough for me. Real slush would be like sloppy.
Did you see evidence of water and stuff? I think we tried to wet the sidewalk.
I poured a water bottle out to add, so it wasn't just perfectly placed slush.
Yeah. We were doing these shots and we ran all over the place.
Artemis, the final shot was in Santa Monica. Oh, we should talk about this family. Was amazing.
Oh, I thought that meant that montage.
I think they mean the final scene. This family was a family that Brett, one of the producers, knew.
He didn't even. Did he even know them?
He had a friend that knew them. He had a friend that helped.
He had a friend that worked somewhere that had met them.
He knew them. He helped them with something. So, because we wanted a family that did not clearly speak English or speak in their language, because we didn't want people to watch. We didn't want the audience to think I was just living with my friends or roommates or like family members. It was supposed to be like this guy's renting a room from some family, and it makes it more uncomfortable.
I think we like the idea. Yeah. And it wasn't even so much that the language; it was just that we wanted somebody who felt like he was not a part of their family.
Yeah, and that's the best way to visually show it and audibly is with a different language. She was speaking, I don't know what language, it might have been Mandarin, and he was speaking Persian maybe. So they were both speaking not even the same language. If you listen, they're both not saying that speaking the same language.
They both spoke those languages.
But they both spoke those languages. So they're talking together in two separate languages. She's speaking her native tongue and he's speaking his native tongue. And then the kids are screaming. We wanted just sort of chaos where it's like where this guy lives in amongst a young family that he has nothing to talk
I just wanted
about.
to make it feel like, it's not like the best living. Not that the family wasn't great, but it's just like as a 35-year-old man, like living in a house with a family that's screaming and stuff, like it's not the most ideal situation.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's the farthest thing from being independent.
Also, it kind of shows that he's like not willing to work enough to earn enough money to have his own place.
Yeah. But we didn't want people to think he was homeless, because I do tend to look kind of homeless. So it was like, okay, he does live somewhere. He has a pretty basic bedroom with a mattress on the floor, but he does pay rent to live somewhere. Some people were commenting, why would this girl like a homeless guy? And I was like, why do you think he's homeless? He literally has a bedroom. I don't think that person was thinking about the other scenes. But yeah, that was one of the reasons we did this, was so he didn't appear homeless. So yeah, this house, we did this was the first day, right? This was all first day. Anyway, we shot for 7 days.
We didn't find them until later.
Or maybe it was the second day, because Martin came early and Martin shot this day.
We shot outside the house on the first day. I don't think we even went in.
No, we were only in this house for a day. It was a very big first day, I think. Either way. It was 7 total days of filming.
We did not
actually
shoot
8, because we did Santa Monica later, which was
I think it was the first.
an 8th day. Yeah, I don't know. Great room.
They're probably like, when can we get this guy out of here?
I know. They did say something. Oh, what they were talking about, those two actors were saying, we said, can you say something about like, did he pay rent? And she said, no, he never pays rent on time. It was something about, I don't even know what they said, but it's something about not paying rent.
They were just kind of trash talking them, I think.
Yeah, because they're like, this guy's in our house and they're not getting much out of it. And this,
I think he closed the windows for him.
Yeah, we did. Aaron wanted the windows open so it blew the curtain and it added some motion or whatever. But he probably wouldn't have the window open unless his room stinks or something.
It felt dead. That corner felt dark and dead.
Yeah, so we opened up, added some light. It did have some good natural light coming in. That text screen, I sent to Joey, the FX kid. I was like, can you make this phone say this? I needed it to say, basically, this guy has no more minutes on his phone. He can't pay for it. It's just like really basically telling the story visually.
It said like 10 gigs at first though, or something.
Yeah, I had looked up like what a basic phone plan, pay-as-you-go phone plan would be. The message that the phone sends is not what you would actually get. It's very like me just kind of saying, yeah, you're used up all your megabytes or whatever, minutes.
Like I got like 2 gigs of data.
Yeah, well, basically I just thought it was funny though, because I don't know if this actually would say it. If you use up your minutes, does it say you use 100% of your minutes and data?
Oh, that's what it says to me.
Oh,
I get
does.
a message that says you have used up all of your high-speed data. You're going to be throttled down to like whatever kilobytes.
Well, that was a way of making it known. Basically, telling the story without saying it. This guy rents a room and he has a handful of cash, and now he's out of minutes. He's not doing great. So, but yeah, Joey did all the cell phone text stuff. Some of it was real. Seth was texting me on. I bought that phone and I put minutes on it and used it, so Seth could text me, and I saved my number on that phone as in different numbers as the character names. So when we were filming, Seth would text me stuff, but then those notification ones were done with FX.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that was a pain coordinating all that.
Oh yeah, it was such a pain. Seth had to text me like when the camera was rolling at the right time,
But
so
the
I
phone,
could then respond.
That phone was like weird and it was delayed, and we had to try to. It didn't come quickly.
Yeah. So.
We had to basically learn the gap.
Yeah. So we did it again in the garage scene.
Forgot about that. And all of a sudden it would go ding, because there was like 3 of them would come, and I didn't think they went through.
Yeah. There's a thing that happens in this house when you open and close the door. That big window flexes and the glass bends.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I hated it. I didn't want that to happen in the shot, but I couldn't get around it because it was just what the house did.
Hey, you got my calls?
No, I ran out of minutes. Why, you got any work for me?
Yeah. Spot just opened up for overnight. 40 hours a week.
Oh, well, I'm just looking for part-time right now.
Well, I could get you 25, but it'd be a real pain in my ass moving the schedule around.
You don't have anything with less hours?
Less? I thought you were moving to
Basically,
California.
this guy just wants to work as little as possible, but have enough money to get by.
And do it right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're gonna do it
Which
right,
is something Seth and I have
real
felt
money,
in
Jace, not
done
change
many
from
times.
bottles and cans.
All right, man. Thank you.
The whole thing is he doesn't want to do anything here. He just wants to get out of here, but he doesn't want to do the work to get out.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And this guy's offering him, his friend is offering him a full-time job, but that's too much. He'd rather go collect cans, which I would rather do. I'd rather just go pick up a bunch of cans and make $100 instead of having to go to a shift and work for a whole 8 hours. And
I think it's like also he's like has a fear of commitment.
it's definitely a fear of commitment. This isn't how you do those cans in Oregon either. You're supposed to just dump the whole bag in, but we needed to show.
Yeah. It's a person in there.
It's a guy. And the guy was looking like, why are you throwing single cans at me? And I decided to do it.
We were trying to simulate like when you put them in the machine, they crush it.
Yeah, because in Massachusetts, you can do them can by can. And in Portland, you don't do that. Also, we needed to show what I was doing. If I just threw a trash bag in there, people wouldn't really know what the heck I just did. So we wanted to show the cans falling out. Also, we stole that shot.
The original Rizk says that he called you like a dumb ASS.
The guy inside?
The family, the Farsi, I mean, who's speaking.
Oh, someone said he called me a dumbass? It was Farsi who was speaking. Did someone hear what they said?
Yeah, I see the original Rizk.
I'm looking for the comments.
Not far out. It's only like 10 up.
Oh, the guy called you Abel. Basically means someone who is straight up dumbass. That's funny. Thank you for letting me know, original. Thank you. I was gonna say, oh yeah, and we stole that shot at the grocery store. We basically put the camera between 2 parked cars.
Oh, that was yeah.
And I just walked.
It's not easy stealing a shot with a camera like that either.
It's a really big camera with a really big tripod, and also a very busy parking lot. So many cars kept driving in between the frame and blocking what I was doing. You can't tell in that angle, but like a car could have pulled in front of the lens and blocked the whole image of me at the can thing. And we had one moment because I was up there and Seth was like, wait, car's coming. Because I had to do the action when it wasn't a car driving through, it was such a nightmare. And then having a employee not notice us. Independent filmmaking is
and also not
pain in
getting the
the
guy to yell at you when you put the bottles in the wrong way.
Yeah. And so he didn't stop me from inside. So I had so much just to do that one shot. It was such a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
And we wanted to
the shot at the garage when Nathan's walking up to the shop. This guy working on the car, he's really diagnosing the car for the customer who's there.
Yeah, that guy on the left is an actual car guy that works at this battery place. Xavier, thank you for subscribing. So yeah, that is a real customer in the movie. He doesn't even know it. And then this is Lance Bangs, our pal, who you might know from the Jackass movies and show. He does a lot of filming for them. He's kind of friends with those guys. He lives in Portland and is friends with the producer Brett. And we needed someone who was like more like a adult that didn't just look like another 30-something young person. So we didn't all look like, we had to get a varied cast, and Lance is a cool guy. So he had long green hair at the time, so we had to hide his hair in that hat to make him not look too hip. So anyways, there you go. That's Lance, the mechanic. And this is just a battery place. It's supposed to be more as if it's like a mechanic's shop, and he's just helping.
I mean, it's just whatever. This guy's just looking for,
Yeah, we originally, in the script, it was I work in a mechanic shop, but this is Battery Exchange is a battery place here. And
do maintenance and stuff here.
They let us use their location. We had to pay them for the day, but we got to.
Nice to have an actual location, not eat it.
Yeah, and this was the final day, I'm pretty sure. This is the last. We shot all this stuff on the last day. And this was an extra day we had to add, which is why we went to 7 days. It was supposed to be 6, and then the 8th day was LA. We got stretched into this day.
Stressful making this.
It was very stressful. Yeah, I didn't sleep at all. Like every single night was just laid down. Got back up
so early every day.
And
Nathan also had to drive.
Yeah. I drove this giant truck.
Like a 1 ton.
It was one of the trucks where the steering wheel is actually like a level like a table, where I had to steer it like this, and it was a stick shift. It had like high and low gears, so I had technically like 10 gears.
I was just like, oh my god, I hope Nathan doesn't hit anything. You have to back it up or something.
I felt like a real laborer shooting this movie, which has helped me get in character. I had a goatee, and I was driving a big giant truck.
Oh, that's right.
Because no one else could drive it. There was this old timer, I can't remember his name. There's an older guy that was like one of the crew guys. He drove the truck at one point, but I was supposed to be the only one that. I don't know if you drove. You might have moved it and reparked it or something, but I was supposed to drive it because it was my name that rented it, and they didn't want to risk something happening with it. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have cost us a lot more money. So, yeah. I wish we wanted someone else to drive the truck, but it ended up being that I had to do it. So it was a real pain in the neck doing this whole movie.
It was a skeleton crew.
Very skilled. We had like 12 people that made this movie with us. So thank you to everyone who did. All right, continuing on.
Extra help? You mechanic?
No, but I drove a tow truck once.
Yeah, we don't really tow here.
Not even the same thing. Are you a mechanic? No, but I drove a tow truck.
Sweep up.
I can sweep. I can do that part of mechanicking, or move all these dead batteries for you.
And basically, the guy, Lance, is like, okay, you're not really going to do much for anything but labor.
Right there. You're going, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down. You're telling me to stay low because I kept getting up from the batteries.
Work like that.
I have that in my head so much because of editing.
All right, cool.
The actual audio on the camera was Seth.
You can hear me.
You could hear Seth say, keep me to stay down because he knew where the camera was. He was watching the monitor, and I was just doing what he was saying, and then we swapped out the audio.
Nice shot.
Mechanic sounds. Yeah, Aaron. We shot those birds on the motorcycle day, all the boat stuff and water stuff when we drove out there. Honeydew Donuts, a classic donut place in Massachusetts. One thing that gives away it's Portland is that background, Velo Cult, which is like I don't even know what it is, but that's a Portland thing. There's Courtney.
Yeah.
It's a very Massachusetts-looking flannel jacket.
It's so gray and miserable.
Hurry up! Don't let the heat out.
Does anyone else say don't let the heat out? Because that's what everyone in Massachusetts says. As soon as you come in, close the door, don't let the heat out. Everyone says that when you go over their houses.
It's expensive to heat
Why are you
it.
hanging out down here?
Yeah.
Landlord says I can't.
Now, just so everybody knows, someone made a comment
doesn't
once
say I can't smoke on
in the comments. The baby is absolutely not in the room during this scene.
Yeah. We got shots of her putting the baby in, and then we got a bunch of shots of the baby. And there was a fake baby, I think, or maybe there was nothing.
Well, there wasn't even anything in there. We just pulled the
wasn't
blanket up
empty?
to make it look like the foot. Yeah.
When you watch the shots where she's smoking, it's the wide shots, and you can't see the baby. I thought she had a doll that she stuck in there.
No, I don't think we did. I just pulled the blanket up a little bit, and it made see how the foot's sticking up.
Yeah, no one smokes near a baby. We're not psychopaths.
So someone commented like, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke near a baby." I'm like, it's a movie.
That
In a
means,
movie when
do
Tom
they
Cruise is
think?
smoking.
Yeah, they think, oh, when someone kills someone and stabs them in the head, they really did that. You shouldn't kill people for movies.
Kill anybody.
Why would you think we smoked around the baby?
You know
They must
why? It's
never
because
watch
when
a
someone
movie.
sees something like this, they think, "Oh, this is like independent. They're not doing things the way."
I
that,
don't
like,
know. They probably just
Tom
thought
Cruise does.
they probably just thought we smoked near a baby. Maybe they thought this was a real thing, a real documentary or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just so weird to me that they thought that would happen. But I saw that comment too. I saw every comment. So, yeah, were you born in a barn? That's another thing people will say. But yeah, letting the heat out is that's like $5 out the door if you open the door for too long. Also, people in Massachusetts only turn their heat up to like 69. I hate it. Our Nana, my mom's mom, she knows how to turn the heat on. She's the only person in New England that
It's always like 80 degrees in her
It's
house.
literally 80 degrees, and I love it because that's what you should do in the winter. My parents turn off the heat at like 6 p.m., and then they go and they lay under 1,000,000 blankets for the rest of the day because it's like costly. But I'm thinking, I was like, how much can heat really be? Is it $1,000 a month? It can't be.
It depends, and the prices are pretty expensive, especially with oil.
I think if you're spending $500 a month on heat, it's worth it because it's heat. It's the greatest experience you can ever have.
But some people can't afford to spend $500 a month on heat.
Don't eat, just get heat. That's more important than food, in my
my
opinion.
gosh.
I love being warm. But what you got to get is a fireplace with real wood. That's what makes it really warm.
Come on.
Yeah, but wearing a blanket, I want to be able to wear a t-shirt and feel hot heat, like a hairdryer against my body in my underwear. That's what I want to feel. And that's what I always bothered me about Massachusetts. Like, I'm going to California. I can't live in Massachusetts anymore. I need a hairdryer's heat touching my skin when I'm wearing my underwear. And that's why one of the reasons I left.
Playing the movie?
No, I paused it. So anyways, yeah, growing up on the East Coast, Northeast, made me, and I think Seth, not want to be there anymore because of that. 69 blankets. That's the thing. I don't want to wear blankets. I want to feel the blankets heat with no blankets. I want the sun to be my blanket.
I want to be able to wear a t-shirt in the house.
Yes, that's the way it should be. All right, continuing. I used to lay in a sleeping bag against the floorboard heat in Milford. I'd sleep on the floor with my skin touching until my skin would burn.
Radiator.
The radiator, and then I had to roll away from it. That's where I would sleep in my room. I loved getting scalding hot.
Press play. We're talking about heat.
Hey, it's part of the movie. Not letting the heat out.
To the house.
And she didn't smoke anymore,
You guys
this
making dinner
actress.
tonight?
But she had smoked
Kurt's
in the
making shepherd's
past, and she
pie.
quit. So she was smoking these like herbal cigarettes, and she's like, honestly, this is worse than
You
smoking
get
a
some of that?
cigarette. It was like hard on her
God.
lungs.
You still owe me money.
Actually, weren't real.
You're not getting any of my shepherd's pie.
I'm gonna pay you back.
Sure. You keep trying to save for California and you just keep piling on more debts. Only place you're going is back to court to pay your pervert fines.
I'm not a pervert. I was taking a piss.
That's like a very nothing is explained with that line. I think I should say why that line was there. Basically, you're supposed to assume, oh, he had some weird misdemeanor, or he did something. Someone said they saw his wiener or something because he was probably going to the bathroom outside, and someone complained and he had to go to court. Because that almost happened to me one time. I was whizzing. I had a whiz. I was in Franklin, Massachusetts at Dean College, and we had been kicked out because we were filming a video earlier, and I did my Ray Amsley peg leg. I was wearing that, and I wasn't Ray. I was like this other guy. It was like a Vietnam vet or something like that. And we were just filming me messing around grocery stores and on Dean College in Franklin. And someone said I was disturbing the peace, and they called the security, and then they got my name, and they said they banned me from the campus. I wasn't allowed to go back.
I was there, I think.
I think you were. It was a bunch of us just filming videos or whatever. And then I was there later, and one time I was whizzing, and whoever I was with was like, "Yo, you gotta get out of here. You're gonna get in trouble for exposing yourself. You're already not
decent exposure."
Decent exposure. One of my friends said that because they said you're gonna get in trouble if security sees you taking a leak. And I was like, they're never gonna see and remember who I was. I had a peg leg, but in my head I was thinking that would be so crazy if I got in trouble for indecent exposure because I was whizzing behind a bush against one of the buildings at Dean College. So I wrote that in here where we assume he was taking a leak, and someone's like, I saw your wiener. It's decent exposure, like some old lady or something.
I mean, I think too that's her like being funny.
Yeah,
like,
she was paying
like,
pervert fines because he's a streaker.
Got in trouble for whizzing outside in public.
And she's calling him a streaker baby, basically.
And she's just calling him a pervert.
A flasher or whatever what they're called. So anyways, yeah. There's some context that no one will ever think of because they wouldn't know.
Look. If you were going to California, you'd be there by now. My brother moved to Florida in like a month.
Great. So what? Florida sucks.
Compared.
Come on, I'm starving.
He wants shepherd's pie. Whoever wants shepherd's pie? I hated shepherd's pie.
That blanket's not real in the foot.
What?
Can Jace have some shepherd's pie?
Hell no.
There's Bob.
Sorry, man.
All right, fine.
But I'm saying
We'll
the
make my
baby
own
in that
shepherd's
wide
pie.
shot's not there.
Oh yeah, there's no baby in this shot. It's only the
It'll be
tight
tight
shots.
too.
The mother was there too. I don't think the mother would have allowed us to smoke near the baby. She was standing with us the whole time.
There's only one wide shot.
Yeah, we did that one. No, there was one by the washer. I just ended up using it. There was one to the right, which you could. It was.
But I mean, in the finished film.
Yeah. I didn't end up using the other shot. She's wearing an actual Milford High School football team T-shirt too. That Jade, the wardrobe and props and everything girl, she made that for us. She looked up the school team and printed that.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Snickers, Doritos, and you and Rick.
This is like the only time I improv'd in the movie where I was saying my shepherd's pie is gonna have Snickers and Doritos in it. This giant Bob.
He doesn't like you very much.
I steal his generic brand cereal. I don't think it's a real brand. I think it was like one of those prop cereals. No, it's called Crackle or something. I think it's supposed to look at Cookie Crunch, or maybe it is Cookie Crisp. Maybe it was Cookie Crisp.
Yeah. Oh, it's Cookie. I don't know. Maybe you just don't see it well enough.
Here's Seth's cameo. There's the director.
The director.
And you can see my microphone cable for a second there, and I hate it.
You okay?
I almost had Joey painted out.
Yeah, forgot about it. And also, I got punched in the face.
Yeah.
Boxing wraps.
I don't think you used that take then, did you?
I don't know if that was the take, because the one where I really hit you didn't look as good as one of the fake ones.
Good timing, huh?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a real one.
God.
There's the second daydream of the film. This guy's always daydreaming about moments where he would feel and look cool.
Just trying to impress her.
Yeah, and he saw that girl who he went to high school with, so now she's like on his mind, and he's just kind of making up daydreams. Like, you know when you see someone and they're on your mind a while later. But yeah, I did punch Seth in the face accidentally on one of those shots, and he kept going, "You're gonna punch me, you're gonna punch me." I was like, "I'm not gonna punch you." And we were really strapped for time because Courtney had to leave that night, and I punched him on accident because we did so.
Well,
many,
we did like 10 takes.
They were not looking good at all on camera, so I didn't mean to punch him. I was just trying to get closer so it looked right into the timing.
Oh, we know it was an accident.
It was an accident, and I don't even think we ended up using it because it still didn't look that great. Because the way, like, my body kept blocking him, and it was a nightmare. Yeah, and also this is a scene here. These girls were awesome. There was a really good shot, and I felt bad. I couldn't quite use it, but when they were running away, the girl on the left tripped and slammed into the puddle. and it looked
Yeah,
very
she cut her hand.
real. She cut her hand and she got soaked and she got like pretty upset. So we didn't use it
So bad.
because she got up and then didn't keep running, and then her friend stopped and came back and helped her. And I was like, oh, dang, I wish she just kept running because it looked really good. Her splash looked really cool, and it looked like, oh, crap, he's going to chase us. And they were really scrambling to get out of there with the fall.
Yeah.
But we felt
got tangled up with each other, right? Yeah.
She tripped or something. I don't remember.
I think they got tangled up on each other or something.
Yeah, and then the girls went into we were behind a tattoo parlor, and then they went in there and they cleaned up the girl, and then they came back. And then it was pouring rain out on them. None of them cared though. They were super cool. They're like, oh, we don't care about the rain.
They're used to the rain. They're Portland teens.
They were like, they were super punk girls, and like, they were just down to do whatever. But the girl did cut her hand, and we felt real bad about that. But then she came back, and they did it, and that was one of the takes we did after she fell. So they kept going, and they had to keep jumping the fence too.
But I knew it hurt.
They jumped that fence like 6 times that they run away to.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, they were really cool. Their names are in the credits. I don't remember their names or anything, but anyways, I was thinking I should send this to that. Those are some of the people that are probably never gonna see this because they just did it as a favor because the producer was friends with their dad.
One of their dads was there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, they'll do it," because they were also in a theater school. I think they all went to school for performing. So, yeah, I should try to get this to their dad.
Yeah, they were in theaters.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, one of the things that happens in this scene, which we thought was really funny and also really sad, was these punk kids are just like being mean to him, and throwing money at him. But then he picks it up. He's like, oh, "I'll keep it." Just by like a couple bucks.
I mean, you got it at that point. Yeah, why not?
I would. I pick up every penny I see on the ground. I always pick up change. So if someone threw a quarter at me, it's like, that's a free quarter. And Seth and Aaron, the camera guy, were the ones, and Mike, the gaffer, they were the ones throwing this money at me.
Yeah, we were throwing the money.
And they were really hitting me. It hurts. When a coin hits you the right way in the face, and they were hitting me in the eye.
Aaron was enjoying that a little too much.
He goes, "I'm going to nail this mother ever." And he just kept throwing them at me. Like, they were really hucking them at me. So,
he was enjoying. I think he was getting his payback for all the work
all the free work he's done. So, yeah, that's this scene. This is how I got married to live in. This is the house we stayed in when we shot the movie. We all stayed in this house. And then we used it as well. And this woman is Phoebe's mom from Neutral. The girl in Neutral and the girl who plays Scarlett in the Dad series and Ella. This is her mother.
Hey, you need your leaves raked?
Oh, sure. That would be really nice. Thank you.
Oh, cool. You got a rake I can use?
Oh, no. I don't have a rake. Do you? You don't have a rake?
No, I thought maybe you'd have one since you have like a whole house.
Well, sorry.
All right.
See ya.
She's really good too.
She's really good. She's not an actor, but we needed somebody. The role was supposed to be like a mother, like not just another young person, a motherly age. And asked Phoebe, and she's like, "Yeah, my mom said she'd do it." And her mom really liked Neutral and stuff, so we were lucky to have her. So thank you.
Another funny thing about that house.
Denise is her name.
Yeah. We were filming the movie, and at the end I filled the sketchbook, and I was like, "Thanks for having us here. We filmed the movie. Bye."
Yeah.
And they thought I meant we filmed the movie in the house.
Yeah, because then they sent a message afterwards. We didn't want to tell them we were filming their house. It was like an Airbnb. And they were like, "Oh, we actually don't allow filming on the premises." And then I had to say to them, "Oh, wait, we only actually filmed the exterior of the house from across the street." And I sent them a picture of the shots. I was like, "This is what we shot. Is it okay?" And they never wrote back. I was like, all right, I guess they didn't care. So,
and I was so annoyed with myself because I didn't realize how it sounded. Because it wasn't that we filmed the movie at your house. It was that we came here to film a movie. It was great.
Yeah,
I was just being funny.
That's why because I didn't want them to like look me up and see it and then like say something later. So I did. That's why I did show them the image just to be like, well, it was only this
so
shot.
Annoyed afterward when I read that.
Yeah. So, but it ended up being fine. And this motorcycle is Sarah, one of the producers. This was her motorcycle that we used. The day we went and shot
I drove
this,
that. That's what I drove.
Oh, yeah, you drove the motorcycle. And then the day we did the scene was raining and freezing. And we left at like 5 a.m. to go out to this spot. We had to like look for a spot to shoot this Daydream scene. that was like
One
near.
thing about making movies, you gotta get up early.
We got up so early, I was frozen
to bed
the
late.
core because I had to drive the motorcycle. I was so tensed up, my knuckles were frozen stiff. I couldn't even. I literally had to pry my fingers off the motorcycle because it was raining and freezing on me as we were driving.
I was worried
way
about
out of Portland. I just didn't want to slide out too because it was raining so much. I was like, I didn't want to slip or anything, and it wasn't my motorcycle. So I mean, it was a pretty small, easy motorcycle to control, but.
I was worried because I was like, "Oh, Nathan, be careful! Don't crash with Courtney in the back. You're not wearing helmets."
Oh, in the scene, yeah, and then the scene, both of us had to wear no helmets on a wet ground. It wasn't. It stopped raining by the time we shot the scene, but to get out there, it was pouring. And then we had to drive, both of us with no helmets on, with the van driving next to us, and so it was a 1-lane road. It was a dead end, kind of. So one of us, we did it both directions. I had to be driving on the wrong side of the road, or the van had to drive. So we kept alternating. So we were doing like illegal things with no helmets on. It was freezing. It was cold out, all for this shot. And Courtney was cool. She was down to be risky and drive a motorcycle without a helmet on.
It's a Suzuki,
so,
I think.
Yeah, I think it's a Suzuki. I don't know what type of motorcycle it is. It was very, I just say like straightforward motorcycle. It was just like a basic.
Yeah, it was like a 250cc Suzuki.
That was also a debate, was like what kind of motorcycle, and we ended up just having this one because she owned it. So we're like, well, that's the one we're using, because it was like, well, what do we use? What would he daydream? And a dirt bike might be too cool, or I'll say too much. A Harley is too much, something that's like too cliche. This was like the perfect kind of motorcycle. It was just like real basic. So anyways, yeah, here you go. Here comes this daydream. So, and also every time, if you didn't notice, I said this to some people in the past, every time it goes into a daydream, it slowly zooms in, so we know we're going into him daydreaming. Yeah, that's how we know these long zooms are entering daydreams.
Music fits really well with the
And Shaju does amazing music. Like, he just knows how to score a film. And he's a young person too. He started doing music for Keith Apicary when he was like 21. So,
Hey,
really?
Want to go for a ride?
Yeah, what the hell?
So Seth and I had like a big debate about this recently in the final cut. As Seth thought I should take this out, I agreed with him. I think it worked, just zooming in on her and then cutting to us on the motorcycle. Because
let it play first so you can just see how it plays through.
I thought it helped a little bit just have this little piece of dialogue between us, but it doesn't probably make a difference ultimately. So anyways, it's just another moment for him to be like, hey, I'm a cool guy. You want to ride my motorcycle with me? Yeah, all right.
Oh.
Freezing. Literally freezing here.
Gosh.
I think she had heat packs in her jacket and maybe gloves. I don't know. It did have heat.
Not as cold in the back as it is in the front.
No.
Sure. No, it wasn't a digital zoom.
No, it was a real zoom with a giant, huge lens from the side of a van with the van door open.
That same lens that we use for all the other zoom shots. I had just wanted to do...
It was one lens for the whole movie, because you can change
I suggested
length.
Nathan the shot start where it's zooming. It shows Nathan steps in.
Wait, you're cutting out. Say it again.
Oh.
Say it again.
And I had wanted to do where the last shot a couple seconds ago where it shows you step into the frame and then it's a more second where you push in past it all and it lands on Courtney. And then I just wanted, because you're looking at her in that zoom, and then I just wanted to cut to the tight of Nathan and her on the motorcycle, because the tight conveyed more speed because, the foreground and the background.
Yeah, when it was tight on our faces, the background moves faster because it's all flashing through. I just wanted to milk it a little bit more. I liked just kind of, it was the first daydream where something, like, he met with the girl, like something happened, and like I mean, I guess they're all kind of the same, but like it's the first moment with this girl. I like to try to trick the audience a little bit, where it's like, if people aren't picking up that these are daydreams yet, they might think it's real, or they might be thinking, okay, this is the real one because there's more of a moment here. They had the little scene where he says, "You want to go for a ride?" and she says, "Yeah." And then it hard cuts, and you go, "Oh, come on! This guy's still a loser." Is how I'm thinking of it. Where you're deceiving the audience a little bit, possibly.
And yeah, cutting back at the end is good, obviously.
Yeah, and then it cuts back.
I wanted to go back. Yeah, I just wanted to go from.
Oh, it keeps cutting out. You keep flashing and cutting out.
Yeah, I see that.
Seth wanted. I agreed, and I did look at it. I did an edit with it, and it
then
worked.
Have it come back to this shot when you walk away to kind of close it up.
It zooms in on her, hard cut to tight on us on the motorcycle. Things are whizzing by, zooms out, cut back to this. It worked, and it works for the story, but it was too short for me. I wanted it to be more of a bigger scene. So there was another version where I pulled up to her, and I just said like, "Get on," or "Let's go," or something like this, something smaller, and then she just does it, and I was like, it was just so unbelievable. So it was more of no, sorry, there was another one as well where I said, "Hey, we used to go to school together. You want to go catch up?" There was like a bunch of different versions I said. It was like there was basically just a head nod. Then there was one I said, and then there was one where I said we used to go to high school together, and I figured we should go catch up. So it kind of explained their relationship more. But then we explained the relationship in the real meetup at the windshield scene. Anyway. 3 more likes and we hit 222, my favorite number. So yeah, this is the version that ended up in there. I said to Seth, I was like, well, I'm going to keep it because I'm editing it. So I have control.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it'd be interesting to see a different edit of this, to see Seth's edit. It'd probably be much more realistic. Eric Rohmer film.
Eric Rohmer.
The saddest vacation movie. His saddest one. His vacation movie in cloudy, rainy weather, not on the French beach. And with this, we were rushed on that scene too. All the motorcycle stuff there, or in that parking lot, because that parking lot, people started showing up for work, and they let us shoot in it in the morning. We rented it for like half the day, and then we had to like get out because people started showing up. So anyways, some more classic Milford sky shots. This is outskirts. That's where we shot the motorcycle scene. Those trees and these boots were out there where we shot the motorcycle by the water and the boat and stuff. And it was out of Portland a little bit.
Brett, the producer, I don't know where he got these scratch tickets. He made them or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a little character development, or not development, but like character trait right there. He litters.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's kind of just a trashy guy. He doesn't care about littering.
Yeah.
The lady doesn't care about smoking near her baby. It's just Milford.
Hey, clean the windshield.
It feels weird when you have to write stuff in
Jay
that
Sloan?
you would never do in life.
Yeah, I would
but that's
never
what makes
do
it
that.
fun, because you're just making it fancy.
What the hell? It's Eric Ray. I was a grade below you.
Yeah, hey. I'll catch you later.
Shadru did some good. They're very subtle. Some music accents there when she notices him, and he's like embarrassed. He was like,
"Oh no, I was just kidding."
There's like this like shrieking of the guitar to sort of
wash my windshield.
enhance the oh crap moment. And she's like, so and then the 15-minute version of this, I went to the film festivals. It cut right here, right before it shows her. Basically, it's a girl used to know him, and she makes him wash his windshield and embarrasses him.
Dressed up.
That was the 15-minute version. We lost all of this.
Oh, I just got out of work.
Yeah.
I managed the Shaw's over on 140.
Does that pay good?
Does this pay good?
I worked at the Shaw's on 140.
I don't know if you pay me.
Bagging groceries.
Yeah.
So you're still in Milford?
Yeah, but I'm leaving soon.
Yeah, where are you going?
California.
He definitely looks homeless in this.
Yeah,
I
what are you
understand why
gonna
people
do in
thought he was homeless.
Not be here.
Very cold day that day too.
It's
I
not
remember it was
wrong,
really
Milford.
cold.
Freezing.
Yeah, well,
We
trust
kept
me,
jumping
it's the
into the
same
cars
everywhere.
in between takes.
I lived in Atlanta for 3 years, thought I'd never come back.
That's right.
Why did you?
Oh, this didn't work out.
That's based on stuff Siobhan
well, I
would
can
say, because
guarantee my
Siobhan
nostril
lived
hair
in
will not
Atlanta,
freeze in
and
California,
she said
so
that. She's like, I lived in
good
Atlanta. I
enough
thought
reason
I'd
for
never
me.
come back. She's like, it's the same everywhere.
Oh no, I don't want that.
So
come on.
I think that's
I'm
probably
good,
another
for
reason
real.
Siobhan liked it.
Yeah.
On the house.
Yeah.
Well,
My favorite.
text me sometime.
I skipped. We're talking over it. My favorite line in this scene though is, it was, "Why you dressed up? You going to court?"
Oh yeah.
And she's not dressed up. She's wearing just a regular shirt, but to him it's like, "Oh, why are you wearing these fancy clothes?" And he thinks she must be going to court if you're wearing nice clothes.
Well, that's character development too, because that's when he dresses up.
You don't go, yeah, and because he went to court for his pervert fines, and he had to wear a nice shirt. So he's thinking,
the only
what?
time he puts on a button-up shirt.
No, I'm not going to court, you idiot. I have a job. So, anyways, I always wondered if people could even understand what I said, because I say go in court, and it just doesn't sound. I don't enunciate very well right there.
Here.
Yeah. So, anyways, so this girl, she's like, "Oh, you should get my number. We should hang out." Some people were asking me about this in the comments, like, why would she do that with this guy? And I always say, well, I think she's like, oh, I knew this guy. Maybe she had a crush on him in high school. He and I looked exactly the same, but like, you still have those lingering feelings. If you had a crush on someone in high school, it's kind of like you're still interested in them in a way to see them.
But
later.
also, you got to remember too that like just because we spent all this time with this character doesn't mean that she has, and she's not seeing him the way that we are. So
yeah,
that she can have a crush on him, and it's just like, people have crushes on everybody. You can't explain it.
No, yeah. So that's what I think. It's like you just assume I can see the train behind you, your best friend.
Oh my god, I gotta blow up that bridge.
So there goes the London train that Seth was complaining about in his Mundanities episodes. Everyone go to Chevin's Discord and listen to his audio journey that he puts out, documenting his life and the strange things he does. This girl I felt is just very forward and is like, hey, we should hang out. Well, I'll get your number, because I've met people who are like that. I'm like, wait, what? Why? What? You want to talk to me? And she's just one of those girls who likes him for whatever reason. So yeah. Also, any donation that comes in is going to Sir Chefford here. So thanks to everyone who did donate during this. Is your direct donation? There it is. It's Chefford's Discord. Thank you very much, Piper, for posting that. And you watch Seth's film Solar on there, and Chefford's direct donation link. If you do get something that pops up in your phone, you should say it.
I don't even know what that is. I think that goes to the mundane scene. I haven't even looked.
Yeah, but if someone does donate, if anyone does donate to Seth and you did donate, feel free to say, I sent Chefford a donation or whatever, because if we don't address it, we'll feel bad.
Check my...
But there was some donations earlier. So far, you've earned $26 direct. And then I'll add up the super chats. I'll add up the super chats afterwards, see what you got. So yeah, you're helping Seth. Seth just put out a full feature film, hour and about 20 minutes. And he's going to be sending it to film festivals. And he's trapped in London with his London lover, eating nice meals. But he can't work.
I think I got a $2 donation in here at 2:10, which I think it's talking about your time zone. So. Oh, it's like an hour and 20 minutes ago. It was PO.
Oh, that's cool.
So $2, I think. Thank you. All
right, let's continue on here.
Yeah, keep it going.
We should go out.
All right. Get something to eat.
Yeah. You want to get my number or?
Oh, well, I was thinking we could just go right now.
I cut out a line there after I said, "Oh, I figure we could go right now." And she goes, "Whoa, easy, player."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, I mean, you're the one saying we should hang." I go into a whole thing like that, and she goes, "Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around with you." So she's, "I'm just busting your balls." And I felt it was a little bit too much, and maybe it should be more casual, not as like. I don't want her to be too crazy and intense, like messing with him right off the bat. So I cut it out. But I did kind of like her saying, like, "You want to hang out right now? All right, crazy." Actually, I think it's in the test. We did a test scene for this before I raised the money for Milford, and I think she says it in that. I want to do a thing where I have the end of that conversation in this shot, and I upload it as an individual video, and then when you see Burger King, it goes, "Burger King, food for depressed people." And that's it. That's a Burger King's weird commercial, because it really feels like a commercial here. It's like Burger King, but you can't get away from it because the Burger King sign's everywhere, and that's where they're going.
Yeah.
And also, there's two Burger Kings in Milford, and that's what I think about when I think about Milford. And there's also a Dairy Queen that we hung out in Milford at all the time. So,
I wonder if you did it the other way, if it would feel different.
and also, I should comment on, so that was the first time the camera zoomed out at the end of the interaction with her, which would tell you, okay, this one's real, and you don't even need it to know it's real. The zoom ins were Daydreams, zoom out is zoom in before the scene, zooms into Daydream, zoom out after is a complete opposite, and it tells you this really happened. But I think maybe some people don't even think about that. I'm probably, not many people may pick up on it. They just watch it.
Yeah, but that's just like subtle aesthetics that add to it.
Yeah. I also just really like zooms. Zooms are fun. Get your money's worth from the lens.
Hey.
I think we moved the forklift to make it look like a different day.
All right.
Try to change things because this was all shot the same day. This is a scene where Seth's texting me on the side of the camera to get the phone to actually light up. And
it's so hard to time this stuff.
And that was Seth sent me that text, saved it as Travis, which is Martin's character. And he's like, take the job.
The real text came out.
Yeah. And then we tried to make this car look as like, it looks like a fine car. It was one of the producer's friend's cars. So we put a pallet against it and stacked some cardboard on it just to be like, oh, it's just a junk car in the corner. But it doesn't look that bad of a car. So this
we didn't have
much to really couldn't beat the car.
We were lucky we even had an old car anyway. I would have liked to dirty it up.
Yeah, or put a dent in it, and we wanted to use Shepard's red car. Some people actually thought this was your car from the Andrew WK pilot from Free Money.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was that. This is a Ford, and Seth's car was a Toyota. This is like a Ford Tempo. And
Sabrina just said that.
Yeah, my friend Joshua Vosser had almost this exact same car in high school.
I think it was a Tempo, right?
He had a Tempo, but his was white.
Oh.
So yeah. But basically, yeah. And also Seth's car is a manual, and it would have worked for the scene that's coming up where the car stalls out and you have to push it and drop it into gear to get it to turn on, which is the thing you can do with manual cars. Someone commented on that in the comments, and I was hoping no one would ever pick up on it, but they did because it was not the sound effect that was added wasn't right. It doesn't matter.
I didn't even, if I had heard that sound design before, I would have said something. I didn't hear
I know. I thought it before, but I just thought I can't have him fix it. He's done enough for us. I need to put this thing out. I just left it in and didn't care. This was years.
99% of people aren't going to even think about that.
Yeah, you'll hear it coming up in a scene. I'll point it out. But anyway, but yeah, this is a totally different. Seth's car did not have a strip on it, and it was a Toyota shaped body. This doesn't look like a Toyota. It looks like a Ford. But not as many people, I think, memorize the shape and models of every car.
All right, come on, play it.
It's an OCD thing.
Hey, man. That's good for today.
All right.
Daydreaming about a car.
All right, here you go.
Thanks. Hey, what's up with that car out there?
You can see his hair hanging out a little bit there.
Yeah, does it work?
Barely. But I'd sell it to you for $20.
$20?
$20 pretty good deal.
All right.
Thanks.
Basically, the guy's just helping him out. And he's like...
Yeah, he's takes pity on him.
Yeah, it's like just trying to get the guy on his feet. And also, he gives him $20 and gives it right back. It's like, all right, day work for a car.
Yeah.
And now, this is a scene that I don't know if people really think about it, but like, for me, this guy's like, oh, I got a car. This girl's texting me. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff. You know how you get excited when you get like a check and you're like, you get a new video game system. It's like, oh, I'll buy one game. Well, then I'll buy some snacks. I'll get a pizza. I'll get a soda. I'm going to make a whole night of it. It's like you start kind of like, you just want to get stuff when you got things. So yeah. I get like that.
Well, I think the idea, like the point of that is that this is an example that he does not manage his money well.
And then there's that. Yeah. And that's why he's still in Milford. So he goes to the store, and it's the last purchase. He gets a gas can because he doesn't need to buy that gas can. But it's like, well, I got a car. I should buy a gas can. I'll buy an air freshener. You just get gas. Yeah. That's all he needs to do. Or save the money for a repair.
Like he's just not good with his money. He can't help spending it on stuff instead of just saving it for what he said he wanted to say.
Exactly. And you see the last shot here, he grabs hair gel. Because he's like, I'll get some hair gel. But you don't really notice what it is. But there's Tom's cameo. Sir Tom Flaherty. We made him look wet, so he looked more the part. Milford local. So this is the scene where the car breaks down. Damn. And the sound effect isn't the right thing. And if I told Brett, the sound guy, he would have done the right thing. It's not his fault. He's probably never done this. Also, opening the door with the outside handle is a thing that I added to make it look like a bigger piece of junk.
Yeah.
This was Harrison. That's the other camera operator. That's his van that we shot. That is the van you can see when it drove by. That's the one that the camera was pointing out when we did the motorcycle scene. They had the side van door, and Aaron and Harrison, were you driving the van?
I think Harrison was.
So it was just Aaron. Where were you? Just in the back of the van with Aaron? Or shotgun?
The camera was set up on a tripod here.
No, I'm talking about the motorcycle scene.
Oh, I was in the van.
Did you drive it? For the motorcycle following scene? Because that was, I'm just telling you, that was the van that just drove by that shot us on the motorcycle. That's what we shot of it.
I can't remember if I drove or if I helped Aaron. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So
anyways, the car breaks down, and this is a thing you can do that we used to do with our cars. If your alternator is dying or breaking, and you can't turn your car on, and you stall out.
No.
Is that the alternator? No, the starter. Sorry, the starter. The starter. I meant that starter. Yeah. So if you have a manual car and you put it in neutral and you can roll it down a hill, reverse is usually easiest if you can drop it into reverse. You roll it and you drop it into first gear, and it will turn the engine and turn the car on. So this is what he's doing. This is how he's starting it. But the sound effect isn't what it would sound like if you did that, because this is an automatic.
Which is also a weird sound effect that you even find, like to get a bump start.
Yeah, you need to get the.
Just to have an engine turning over without the crank of the starter motor.
Yeah, you could probably find it. You'd have to go and record it yourself and do it.
Anyway, no one else is really thinking about that.
But one person did comment in the comments, that's not the right sound effect, because they've clearly, or they have a car that doesn't have a good starter and they are doing the trick.
Yeah. But if they're that caught up on that kind of thing, it means they're not like focused and they're not sucked into the movie.
But you can see, I tapped the brake to make the car do the motion it would do, because when you do that, what you heard was the wrong thing. You heard
sometimes,
but the car did the lurch. I made it do the lurch, which is what it does when it drops into gear. But whatever.
Look,
and here's his friend saying, "Hey man, take this freaking job.
I got one part-time position left working nights, sorting packages. 600 a week.
And the reason, Jace, $600 a week is like millions to him. I mean, that's a lot of money. $600 a week is crazy money, but it's hard labor working in a warehouse.
You want it or not?
Which is what I did at FedEx. And I based the pay on when I worked overnight in a warehouse at FedEx.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right, congratulations.
And he takes it now because he just
can't quit.
He's getting pulled into Milford. Okay. He's like got a job now, and a car, and a girlfriend. Sort of a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says, "Don't bail on me."
See you next week.
Because he knows he's probably going to. And here he is contemplating.
We shot all Martin's stuff on that same day.
It was all that one day at this house. Yeah. This room was tiny, by the way. The camera was outside of the room in the hallway with the lens at the door to make it, to even film this scene. Otherwise, the camera would have been literally against the bed.
It came out good though. That one little height there.
It did. So now he's like kind of getting overwhelmed. I think he's now regretting everything he did this day. He got a car. He got bought all this crap. He said yes to a job. He's like, oh God, what? He used to just be a free Roman. Nothing's happening in his life, no obligations, and now he has to go buy more stuff to work at this job. It's basically a prison sentence. And then the girl starts texting him saying, let's hang out, which means work more to spend more money Also, have to hang out with this girl. I'm never leaving this town. So you're supposed to not know if he's going to. What I wanted to happen here was not understand. And Seth and I had a little bit of discussion on what way to end the movie. Was Seth, I think you might have wanted to just cut to black when he gets on the highway. Oh my God, mystery donator just gave $50.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big donation of the evening.
It's not playing any sound. So the one that didn't go crazy was a huge one.
At least you can see it.
We saw it. I don't think, maybe it'll play it a minute late. Thank you so much. I don't know who that was.
Thank you very much.
I don't even know.
I was going to say, too, I'm a big fan
Discord. I see it.
Of, like, practical lighting. And, like, Aaron is, too. We both like a cinematographer, Nestor Almendros. I think we were trying to. I was hoping to do some stuff with just like single lights, and it's hard to shoot that kind of stuff without sort of filling it in.
Yeah,
but
it looks pretty good though.
See,
it looks very moody. It looks very real. That donation isn't coming to my PayPal, so it must have been through Stripe. I'll just check Stripe after, and I'll tell you, or I'll send you all the donations. All the money is going to my own brother to help him stay alive. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. That's a very big donation, mystery donator. I can't see who that was.
It's a fear of commitment, Shannon.
Yeah, he has a major fear of commitment, and Seth and I were
also.
It's a little bit about based on Seth and I were planning on moving to California in 2005, and we're like, we're gonna go, and it was like people were like, you're not gonna go, and you're gonna come right back, and this was like sort of him.
I think it's also just like that natural like procrastination that every person can find themselves in. It's like, I want to do this thing, keep talking about it, but then like to actually do it, it's like another matter. And I don't know, I just feel like it's just a natural, I think it's a common.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, everyone does it. I do it with certain projects. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta go film that thing, and then like I don't want to drive all the way there, and then eventually I get mad at myself for procrastinating so much. It makes me go do it, and that's kind of what he does here. He just literally gets up and goes, all right. It's like he didn't even know he was gonna do it, but he is.
This story, I definitely think it could be like a feature-length thing, because you can pay this stuff out much better over like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, this is all crammed in 20 minutes.
You can really make it seem like you can define the character better, and like you can see his behavior better, and you'll see him like do these things, and you'll learn like, okay, this guy, like, he wants to do these things, but like he lacks like the whatever, like the kick in the pants to sort of like get him to actually do it.
Yeah.
And then you see like, okay, he's finally got like, $700, and then maybe that's what he spends the car money on. It's like $500, and then it's okay, well, you got the car, but then like he went out and bought hair gel and all this other stuff, and it's like, and you quickly learn, okay, this is why he hasn't left yet. He has no sense of discipline.
Because he's a man of comforts, and that's what most people just want to be happy and comfortable and have a nice, comfortable life, and that's not what my life is. I've never, because it's like, to do stuff you have to be uncomfortable. You have to do things that are not comfortable.
$25.
You have to spend your money. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jay Boom, $25. That's $75. Chevin, you've earned like $100 today. This is great. Thank you.
I can use it.
Chevin sure does need it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed Milford. This was a very fun thing for us to do.
Thank you, Jay Boo.
It's a very uncomfortable experience making it, and very tiring and strenuous, and it's done, and that's all worth it now because it's made. The last thing I'll say about this scene is I wanted to make people not sure if there's three things happening here. Either he's going to go get the back brace and the steel toe boots for Travis, who's texting him. He's going to go meet up with the girl who's texting him about hanging out. Or he's going to go to California. If people are even thinking about that anymore. Now, I don't know what the audience was thinking when they were watching it, but those are the three options I was hoping they would think about. And then when they cut and see him in California, they're going to go, oh my God, he bailed on both of them. But some people were wondering if he went and did the job and then went to California. Some people were in the comments asking if it was like later, but it's supposed to be instantly, like a couple days later. He's in LA. He did it. He drove. I wanted to see the bumper of his car. Maybe I do. Maybe I took your car. I don't remember if your car is in the shot The red maroon. No, it's not. I think it's an SUV. I wanted to have Seth's Toyota or a car like the red car in the shot, so you know he drove to California to tie it in better.
But thanks, Chris ID.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. But that car that was in Portland, it wasn't our car, so we couldn't use it. And Seth's red maroon Toyota was gone at that point, I think. Bully, $75. Still
another one.
Guys. Thank you, Bully. The movie's not over yet, everybody. Thank you. But yeah, there is a version
money now
we could do. Seth, I said I would do.
I still think there's
Seth,
I still have interest.
You can write it and you can direct it. I'll be in it because I think it would be better if you did it. Instead, I could just think of some shots and stuff because that's what I
definitely think you could like pay this out in a better pace and like really let it build.
Yeah, you could definitely make a full feature, but I think you need to have a little bit. There has to be like a hook or something else to it than just a guy wanting to leave. Like maybe something happens and it's preventing him from leaving. I mean,
that's
you could.
How it is.
I do like slice of life where literally nothing happens. You're just watching a moment in his life. That's what
I just watched the film.
Florida Project is like that, which sort of inspired me to want to do.
I mean, the whole thing takes place around the motel. Like nothing goes on, especially.
Yeah, it's just a month in their lives. Thank you, Ziggy. Loved Milford.
Ziggy, thank you.
Thank you. There will be a lot more. There's a whole feature film that Seth made that will be coming out soon. He has to go to film festivals first. After it goes to film festivals, then he can put it online. But at least the donors will be able to see it soon. Sorry, I know I talk a lot. I hope I don't ever talk over Seth too much. I just ramble a lot. Thank you again, Bully, for $75. Thank you. That's a huge one. And thanks to the mystery donator, the 25 and the 50. And thank you, Cursed. Thanks, J Boom and Ziggy.
Thank you all very much.
All right, let's see the ending of this movie. So now he's like, oh gosh, I gotta go spend more of this money on these boots and this back brace. And now he's like annoyed. And now she wants to hang out. I mean, this poor girl. And in that face, we did that face where it's like, all right, here we go, I guess. So you think I was hoping people would think, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with this girl. I'm taking my money and we'll go get some food. And he goes, this was actually Washington. This is the one shot we did that was in Washington State because it had a good highway exit ramp. And it was raining out. Seth and Aaron, everyone were standing out there in the rain with umbrellas over the camera. And I drive.
It rained hard that night.
It rained pretty hard, and it was only raining. That was the one day it rained. That was the same day we did the teenage girls throwing coins at me, and then we went right to that highway bridge and shot those that one day. We were hoping for rain most of the shoot because we wanted it to look wet and miserable like it does in New England in the winter. And it didn't rain at all. It was absolutely freezing, but it rained on the last day. So we did have 2 scenes with rain, with the coins and then with the car, which is kind of great. I liked that he leaves in rain, and then it was supposed to cut to sunny California, but we had to steal this shot with this Snoop Dogg guy where people wouldn't be looking at us. So we went there at like 7 a.m. and it was overcast because the beach is right there. So the ocean is often cloudy in the morning because the morning fog is still there, and then it burns off by noon. So it didn't have the bright and sunniness that I wanted, and it was just like, well, we have to do it because we're here. I wish
so crazy when that kind of thing happens in California. It's like, oh my god, every day it's sunny.
I know, it's always sunny, and there are days where it's sunny.
Taco,
in the morning.
This was 24 frames.
Yeah, 24 frames. So, anyways, it cuts, and I liked this. These are the things I like to add to a movie, is like the visual things, like the slush. It starts with slush in Milford, and then it ends with slush.
Let's play it out. Play it the rest of the way.
But it's a positive slush that he's enjoying. He's eating a slushy. But I wanted people to think he's sitting on a curb again in Milford, maybe. You see the boots, you see slush. Oh, wait, what's happening?
Oh, damn.
Oh, psych. He's having a refreshment with palm trees in the background. But it's so overcast you couldn't even tell. But now you can see, okay, there's more palm trees. This freaking Snoop Dogg in a classic car. Those buildings look very California.
Hey, what's cracking? Clean your windshield?
And here he is, doing the same thing. New place. Nothing changes. But at least he moved. At least he left. There you go.
I mean, yeah, he made the big step. I mean, yeah, who knows? He'll get something together over there.
So, that's it, everybody. He ditched everyone. He bailed. He took his money and he made it to California, and now he's doing nothing. But maybe eventually he'll. But that's the thing. I'll say, day one he gets there. He meets Snoop Dogg. Who knows what could happen? The guy could like him. He could end up being his assistant. You could work for Snoop Dogg. That's how it happens in LA. We have friends that like become assistants for major celebrities right when you get there because you meet the right person, the right things happen. The very first day we went to California, we saw Arnold Schwarzenegger. Day one.
I just want to make a quick announcement.
So that was
quick.
sort of that's based on that.
Donations in my direct.
Oh my God!
donations.
Wait, Bombs just gave $50.
Really?
Bombs. Milford was great, guys. I also recommend watching Seth's film Solar. Yes, I look forward to the new one too. Also, a Brit. I owe you listen to all the podcasts, Seth. Did Ren? Maybe Ren turned down the notification sounds in Streamlabs because they're not making any noise anymore. Something is fixed, and I don't think I had anything to do with it. Maybe she fixed it.
I got a handful of donations in here. I've got $67 worth of donations.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, everyone. Seth really could use it right now. You're all amazing. Thank you very much. Seth's not able.
But
to
I don't
work
want to
while
thank
he's in
everyone
England.
out because it's like real names. But thank you very much for these direct donations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
One from Ren in here.
Oh, thank you for the. I figured it was about 5 because oh my God, SJab just gave 222.
Ren. Oh my God, really?
Lester's, thank you for $5. It's very nice of you. Thank you, Lester's. SJab gave $222. Thank you.
Thank you, SJab.
Now Teffa can buy me Christmas presents with all these donations.
Oh. You can pay my girlfriend back for the groceries too.
Oh yeah, he can pay for his girlfriend to have a meal. Wow. We were saying earlier, if you didn't hear, Seth's in London with his girlfriend through the new year, and he can't work. He tried to get an under the table job at a restaurant and a bakery, and they won't hire him because he's not a citizen, so he's kind of stuck. And if you do want to support him, he has episodes in his Discord that you can download for a couple bucks. They're like 15 minutes long. They're like basically podcasts, and there's tons of episodes called Chevid's Weekly Mundanities, and they're very entertaining. And you can go in his Discord and buy one, give him a couple bucks, and listen to them. They're very good for commuting. They're awesome to me. I think Seth doesn't advertise because he's not on the internet, and no one knows that he's making stuff. So please, while you're here, check it out and get a couple episodes. I think you'll enjoy them. So yeah.
Thanks, Christy.
Sorry, I know I talk so much. I feel like I'm talking over Seth all the time. I'll let the credits play. So I did mess up. I feel really bad. I messed up some of the credits. It was a very overwhelming experience. I can't even get into why and how hard it is, but it was a very gruesome experience taking all the names and getting them right and copy and pasting them from the weird spreadsheet that Indiegogo gives you and copying them into a credits scrolling program and spacing them out, retyping them. Some of them got doubled up. I think I deleted some on accident. When fixing it, I triple checked. I thought I had them right, but it was also, I was fixing this at one of the hardest points in my life. So I apologize to anyone who might not be in the credits. I thank everyone in the world who ever watches anything and has helped us with stuff. But I did mess up someone's name recently, and I refunded them the money because I didn't put them in the associate producer category, and they were upset, and I feel horrible about it. So I'm sorry, but thank you for wanting to help, and thank you for the initial donation. They now have their money back, but I just in case I miss somebody else, I would never do that on purpose, and I feel so bad about anyone I messed up. It's very hard doing literally everything yourself when you're just an actor, and you shouldn't be doing all of these things. I edited this whole dumb thing, and it was a nightmare. And so, thank you, everyone.
And Bombs, I think I agree with Bombs saying the ending could be ambiguous. Maybe there's a sense of new hope there that he's there, but maybe he's just going to do the same thing.
Yeah, there is ambiguity or whatever to that where you don't know. Maybe he's just going to be floating around Milford.
And that's the point. It's
California.
like a slice of life movie.
Yeah. You're supposed to just make, he left, and that's all you're supposed to know. He's maybe just going to pick up cans there, or maybe he's going to become
American
famous. No. Also, the one thing that I like to think about California is anyone could accidentally be, not anyone, it's a little bit hard, but it has happened. you could become famous on accident in California because you're near a place where that happens and there's opportunities everywhere. We had our friend Mike, who is from Milford, who was our neighbor in Milford. He lives in LA now. He was somewhere and a producer came up to him and said, "Hey, do you want to be in a TV show?" And he got in an episode of Nip Tuck, and he had a couple lines where he was in Nip Tuck and the guy, he was supposed to have his ears closed up because he had
He was also a cadaver, wasn't he, in the show?
I don't know. He
Like,
he had a couple
he was like
lines.
alive, and at the end he was like dead at the end of the show.
Or maybe they kill. He gets killed. I don't remember. I just know in the scene, he's not an actor. This guy just saw him and liked his face, and he had stretched ears, and he asked him if he wanted to be in an episode of Nip Tuck, and he was in Nip Tuck, having his ears shrunken, the holes shrunken, which is like a plastic surgery thing.
Yeah,
because that's what Nip Tuck's about, and he just got in the show. So that could happen to Jace. You never know. It's up to you to decide what you think happens, but if we make a feature, which Shefford will write and direct and I'll just be in, then we'll see what happens, if more happens. Ren was in LA for a week and never saw a single celebrity. Really? No joke. Day one, we saw Arnold Schwarzenegger in Santa Monica as soon as we got there. And then I saw Pacey during that week from, what's that show?
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek. I saw him on the promenade 1 block from where I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's famous people. I mean, sometimes you don't see anybody. It depends on where you go. Santa Monica, there's a bunch because a lot of them live around there. Exactly. S-Jab just said, come to Santa Monica. Yes, they're always around there. S-Jab, I think, is in Santa Monica. S-Jab, Seth, we were talking about the water garden recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was S-Jab I was talking to about it. It wasn't for the lack of trying. You got to go to their houses, Ren. That's how you see them. Thank you. Was it S-Jab that gave 222? That's insane. Thank you.
That's a huge donation.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's insanity.
Brian said, I saw a dude drop trout and take an S in the middle of the street. Yeah, Brian. Last year, I've seen that many times. Our friend Jared, who worked in Santa Monica at a furniture store, had to pick up the human crap from behind the store that the homeless people
They used to use that as like a regular spot
because it was like hidden away off the main street, and they'd go back there and poop behind the furniture store. And Jared had to pick it up because they're like, "You're the loading dock guy. You pick it up." It was so annoying for him. Jared. Tom and I were doing a live stream. If you guys might remember when we were snooping around. What's the cult in Hollywood? They call it a cult. Tom Cruise.
Scientology?
The Scientology building. Remember that? Does anyone remember the stream where we
Jade Man, thank you.
Thank you, Jade Man, for $1.22. We did a stream last year. Tom and I went to the Scientology building, and we were doing a bunch of other stuff. As we were driving down Hollywood Boulevard, and I took the camera and pointed it at the guy because it was my instinct to be like, oh my God. And then I quickly turned away, and Tom goes, what are you doing? There was a man standing up on Hollywood Boulevard, sort of across, it was basically at the cross section of Hollywood and Highland. He was standing up on the sidewalk like this, pants at his ankles, pooping, coming out without even bending over. He just standing there like this. And he was just pooping, and it was coming out fast.
You, Benjamin.
And literally in the middle of the sidewalk with tourists everywhere on a Saturday, just standing there pooping. And I was like, oh my God. Oh! And I was like, what am I doing? And I think I might have deleted the stream because you definitely saw it. So yes, that's something you see all the time in LA.
Benjamin Strobel, there is a feature that has just been completed that I made, and Nathan is in it. Oh.
Yeah. That's done now. It will be out on the internet after it does the film festival route. And the reason it's annoying, I always feel bad for donors.
Or maybe it'll be in the theaters for a little.
It'll definitely be in the theater if it's even at a film festival. Thanks again, S-Jab, and thank you, Benjamin. The problem with crowdfunding stuff is you can send it to people who donated, but then all the people who didn't donate and are just waiting to see it are often send messages that go, why isn't this guy releasing this? People have said it to Angry Video Game Nerd with his movie. People have said it to me. They think you're ripping them off because 2 years goes by and you had all this money. They saw money come in, but then they haven't seen a movie come out. The donors see the private video, so the people who paid get to see it. But then the general public often will say, where's this movie you got all this money for? For us, it can't come out right away because it has to go to film festivals first. Film festivals will not take a movie if it's on the internet. They don't want it. They want it
has to have
to premiering at the festival. And if it can premiere at some other festivals and then play at other ones, but if it's on the internet,
Thank you,
they're not
Shannon.
interested. So that's why it won't come out for a little bit.
I got a bunch of donations in the direct, but
you should check if you see her name. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for donating. I watched this movie.
I just got it. It just came through. Wow.
I watched this movie on my TV.
$50 to me directly.
50?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Shannon. All these super chats that are coming in, I'm going to total them up and I'm going to send the money to Seth as well. So
I'm feeling guilty.
Don't feel guilty. Seth just made a feature film that's coming out, and you made this short Milford, and I tend to get most of the attention because it's on my channel and I'm on the internet all the time.
118.
So people need to know how talented Seth is, and he makes honestly better things than I make, but he doesn't put them out in front of anybody. Because Seth's the kind of guy, it's like, I'll make a movie and put it on a shelf and go, well, I made it. Now we'll go make another one. He doesn't care if people even see it. The sign of a true artist.
I want them to.
I want everyone to tell me how good I am in it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to show it, but also at the same time, it's like not the goal, I guess.
No. You can do it because you like to do it. But it does help, I think, to show people. So then they if people like it, they go, oh, you should make more stuff. And then they can give you money to make more things. Because it's very expensive to do these things. And you can't just... I think some people think you just need to go work a regular job, save every penny, and then basically lose the job when you leave to film a movie, and then go get another job and do it all over again, which is how you start. But it's crowdfunding makes it easier, and then it makes it your actual job too.
You can't.
Emmanuel, I'm going to the party. I'm going to the party. I'm
Chipbug's #1 hit.
In my finest.
Chipbug's #1 hit.
That was one of Siobhan's favorite videos on the internet. Oh no, she liked I'm Feeling Punk the most.
You make a GIF of that with him dancing. Well, that dancing scene. Paul made one of those, actually. That's right.
There are GIFs or GIFs out there of you from those videos. You should put them in your Discord, and you should get some roles in your Discord where people basically spend $1.
Do GIFs in this chat?
You can't do them in a YouTube chat, no. But if you used your Discord, other than your audio episodes, you could do stuff like that, where you can have your rotten GIFs.
Mandela, I got a lot of time out of Nathan doing my film, so I think we're even for the punch.
Yeah, we're even. I was in his movie, and it was basically the amount I was in it was longer or as long as Milford. Also, I will say it, and I said it a million times, the letter G goes J. You don't call people with the name George Gorge, do you? G goes J, everyone. That's why it's GIF, and the creator says GIF, therefore. Learn language, everyone.
Like giraffe.
Yeah, giraffe isn't giraffe. So there's nothing wrong with saying GIF if you can say giraffe. And I'll take that to the grave. I also think it's the same thing. Whatever the creator says is what it is. A parent is a creator of a kid. If a kid says their name is Mikiel, and people go, no, it's Michael. No, it's not. It's what the parents say it is. And the parent of GIF
I just say it because that's the way the creator said to
exactly.
Say it. Yeah.
So if you invent something and you're smart enough to invent it, you get to say what people, you decide what people say.
It's not even a matter of like pronunciation. It's just that they made up the word, so I just say it the way they said it.
Exactly. If I create something and I want to call it something annoying, and then people have to do that. They can't just go, no, we don't want to. Then you don't get to use the GIFs.
But also, I think they said J because it's for graphic, right?
They say J because it's a new word. It's the G goes
I think they
J.
chose the J sound.
Yeah, but G isn't graphic. It's not giraffic. I think it's GIF because that's just how he pronounces. Graphic. He pronounces the G in GIF, J, just like you do in giraffe and George and other G words. Because that's just how he does it. Yeah. It's an acronym. Wow. You could say the G either way. You could also say the I, or I.
Enough of GIF.
It could be jife, because I is pronounced I as well.
94 people watching this, by the way.
Yes, there was more, and it went down a little bit earlier, probably during our audio insanity.
Thanks everybody for in there and
Rob,
watch.
you missed the movie. It's already over, so now we're just having a hee-hee time. Yeah, we should just call it GIF. You should use the GIF, like MP3. You don't say MP3. MIP3. We should just say GIF.
MP3.
If we were robots. Or an MOV, like QuickTime.
Well, this is good. I'm glad. Hopefully we give people some insight into the film.
I'm going to try to, like, trim this stream up to the point where we really started.
Yeah.
Bren, we're talking about it because everyone's commenting. Every time I say GIF, there's always the
I said GIF earlier because of the chip.
We both were saying it, and everyone starts commenting, and that's why I'm saying this in response to them.
I don't know what my favorite scene in Milford is.
My favorite scene is interesting because it's similar to Neutral. It's the dead center, which is the motorcycle shot, and the dead center of Neutral is when I get thrown back in the air. It's always a pivotal point in the dead center of the movie, or at least these shorts.
I'm trying to think to remember everything, but I think I was just excited about having like that garage shop to work because it made it feel like we were like had some more production value and we weren't just stuck.
Yeah, the garage is
in our
cool.
basement.
Here, I can play the teaser, which is. This is the test. This is before we even raised the money. On the same camera, it was color corrected, but it was color corrected a little differently. Claire, who did the color correction on Seth's movie, she did Neutral with the other guy, Al. She did this. This is when we were raising money. This is in LA. And this is Shaw Drew music as well. I figure I'll just play this just to show some extra stuff. I'm going to put together some BTS videos, too, of just, like, footage. It might take me a little bit, but I'll edit together some making of short video. So this turned into being him sitting outside. I did like starting with a parking lot, sitting in the middle of an empty parking lot, waiting for a car so he gets a windshield to wash. And you know what's interesting?
Yeah, it is 12:15 right now.
So you see this car. This is Courtney's actual car, the Scion. The car she pulls up in the movie up in Portland is the same car because Tom, who you guys all know, has the same car. So we used Tom's car up in Portland. We're like, well, it's the same as the trailer. It is the
weird
GoFunding trailer.
It's like a gray, no?
It's a slight different color, but it's basically the same car. It was a perfect coincidence. So this is, I'm wearing the wig, but it's not glued on. I had it glued on.
Watch your windshield.
During, also I'm doing a little bit harder of a voice in this one. I did a little bit of this voice, as I like talking like that. I like that kind of character.
Yeah.
I still want to do a project where I'm like, hey, what's up? Ha ha ha. I want to do like my drunkest guy ever voice.
I couldn't listen to that
Seth
voice.
hates that voice. I love that voice because I feel like it really changes me. I did a hint of it in this, and then I kind of just dropped it in the actual.
It sounds
part.
to me like a character, like you're doing like a.
Not when I go out in public and do it, people really believe me. It's because
do
you
it,
know
that
I'm doing a
drunk
character, but there's like really people that talk and act, they move like that, you know. So like that's why. Yeah, owning it. So yeah, here we are. Courtney here, and me. This is in L.A.
Jay Sloan?
Yeah.
What the hell? It's me, Erica Rice. We graduated together.
Oh yeah, hey.
When you wash a windshield
cool,
with a newspaper, it doesn't leave streaks.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do with a windshield newspaper. You can actually clean with it, and it won't leave streaks in the windshield. It's weird it doesn't leave ink though, or something, because the ink gets in your hands, you know. Yeah. But it really works, and it's like a thing people do.
Oh, you're not gonna clean my windshield?
Oh no, I was just kidding. This stuff was just sitting there.
Yeah, right. Wash my windshield.
I played it a little differently. It was more like, haha, nah. It's just made a little bigger, I felt. Toned it down in the short. I'm always afraid of going too big.
You look the same.
Yeah, you too.
You look the same. Kyle's
Why y'all dressed up?
Crap.
You going to court?
No, I just came from work.
Oh.
I managed the Shaws up around 140.
Does that pay good?
Well, does this pay good?
I don't know until you pay me.
I used to like this scene so much, but now when I watch the short, I like
always
the
had a
short
crush on you in school.
so much better. Oh yeah, I'm talking over it all, but I like the short so much more. It just looks and feels so much more natural now. It's probably because Shepard was directing it and helped it out a lot.
Oh my God.
Telling me when to not say things the certain ways. This is a lot more backstory that we didn't get in the short. I kind of cut it out. I felt like it was just spoon feeding the audience a little bit too much. But yeah, she says like, "I used to like you" and all that.
You know, I always had a crush on you in school.
What?
I always thought you and your little ratty skater friends were hot.
That's funny.
That's funny. I don't know how to respond to
You
that.
still in Milford?
Yeah, but I'm leaving soon.
Where are you going?
California. Planning for a while.
I think Nathan definitely leans toward more comedy stuff.
Yeah, what do you
but
Yeah, I definitely am a more comedic person. I like doing comedy, so playing it straight is possible. My instincts are to make everything funny. Like I just want to be goofy, and it's hard for me to like not do that. It's actually a challenge to be normal in something.
And Ben Knights, yes, we used a red camera.
Yeah, I used a red.
I think we use Ingenue lenses. I might be saying.
If you look at the thumbnail of this stream, if you're able to do that somehow, even though we're playing this, you're watching it right now, you can see the lens in the thumbnail on the left of the shot. It's a very, very big lens. It's like this wide. It's super heavy. It has a handle to hold it. It's $150,000 lens. And you rent it, and you get a lot of insurance.
Spelled ANGENIEUX.
Ingenue.
That's the brand. Ingenue. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're like really good lenses.
I'm doing California.
I have a Blackmagic, Ben. It's just a piece of junk. It's like the first Blackmagic that I own, but I wouldn't shoot a real movie with that. I'd rather use I mean, you could. I just no. There's better cameras out, so I'd rather get another better camera. Seth and I talk about buying a red all the time. This red that we shot on, which is Aaron's, he's the guy who shoots a lot of our stuff. We talk about buying that camera from him because he just got a new red. I don't know what one he got though. He got like a brand new thing, new red camera. Seth and I talk about getting the old one from him, so then we could just go out and film stuff ourselves. It'd be pretty handy.
Not be here.
Yeah, because he got a new
What's
one,
wrong
and
with
I was thinking if we should buy his old one.
Yeah.
It's a little late for you to move. Are you like 40?
Are you an idiot? We graduated at the same time.
So are you gonna go?
I like that line. She's like, "Well, I like to move. What are you, 40?" And he says, "Are you an idiot?" We graduated at the same time. In Massachusetts, it's very common to call people an idiot. It's like, "Well, you idiot!" Like people call people idiot there.
Yes.
And I thought it was very funny that he just called this girl an idiot. She's like, "What?"
You gonna do yoga?
I don't know. Maybe. Better than picking ice off my front steps and eating Dunkin' every day.
Dunkin'?
Yeah, well, trust me, it's the same everywhere. Lived in Atlanta for 3 years.
So tired.
Why did you?
Humidity's worse than here. Plus, it just didn't really work out.
Yeah, well, I can guarantee my nostril hair won't freeze in California, so that's reason enough for me. Oh, no, I don't want that.
Oh, come on.
No, for real, I'm good. I gotta get going.
Yeah, well, you should text me sometime. We should go out.
Yeah, all right. You wanna get dinner?
Oh, the line's in this one.
You wanna go right now?
Windshield sure looking good by now.
I mean,
whoa, playa.
Boss. Yeah, let's go.
This is the extended scene that I trimmed down.
You seen Jeff Trainer lately?
Jeff Trainer.
Killed the snake.
Yeah, it died actually.
So this song I liked this song a lot. This is a song from the movie called Spring Breakers, the Harmony Korine movie. One of my favorite movies. This song is by Skrillex. Skrillex makes some really cool music that some people wouldn't realize the music. It's even him. This song is by Skrillex, and I love it. And I just had it in my head and wanted to use it in the movie, but I knew I wouldn't be able to because I want to do all original music. So I remember saying Shadru, I don't want you to copy this song. I just want you to know this is the energy and the tone of the music I like for this scene. So when he was doing the score, this was sort of an influence. And I don't even remember it. I can't hear it in my head. But if you watch the Burger King scene, he made his own version of something that sounds like this energy. So yeah. I just love this song. It's very relaxing to me. And it's one of the best scenes it's like funny in the movie. There's the music out there that can literally make me cry just by hearing it. And I don't even have an association with it. It's just the sound of the music makes you think of certain things that you've experienced in your life, and it can make you like upset. And this is one of those songs. I'm obsessed with this. It's mostly just like the sound of the vocals and that doom. It's those strums. This is Burger King in LA, by the way. You can see a palm tree at the end. Up there on the left. It works so well. The shot in the actual short came out so much better because we went longer. It was a drabber looking Burger King, and we stole that shot right there in LA as well. Both those, the whole scene was just in a parking lot we weren't allowed to be in, and then the Burger King was like across a busy street, and we're in a TJ Maxx parking lot. And it was a little shakier. Aaron did a trick. The camera guy wrapped tape around the lens, like he circled it with tape, and then he pulled the tape, and it would smoothly turn the lens instead of having to turn the lens with your hand, because your hand can do it unevenly. So he's like, this is an old trick that DPs do. So he wrapped tape around it. Normally you get like this wheel that you turn, and it works really smoothly, which is what we did on the film. So that shot was a little jerky. Anyways, it was because he was just doing it on his own. So yeah, this is when I was.
It was electric too. I think we had a motor on the end, so you could set in and out points.
Yeah, there was like a whole way that it's done. That's what
I was gonna say too. Unless that was free money that I'm thinking of, actually. I was gonna say too that the lens is obviously like add a lot to the look, the footage, the camera, but the color grading is like a huge amount of like what that filmic look is coming from, I think, as well.
Yeah, the coloring is so good. The color correction, it's awesome.
Yeah, pretty kind of almost grainy.
You could see. Anyways, yeah, we could talk forever about it, but thanks for sitting through this, and thanks to even though we had the donations were making horrible sounds in the beginning. Thank you for waiting through it. I'll try to.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I'll try to trim it.
Some crazy donations. I did not expect that, to be totally honest. So very grateful for that.
Yeah, thanks for donating to Shefford for helping him earn some cash to make movies. Rob, those shots in the beginning, that was one thing. I did want to make one little nod to sort of the dance videos that I've done where the locations, are the exact same, where my body's in the same position. So we did that intro sequence for the titles where it basically just it's a sort of like, hey, look, it's those shots he's done before. And it's because it just seemed like a place where we could do it. Because this isn't the kind of movie where you would really ever do that. But right then and there, it was like the only time if we were going to that I could do it. So anyways, thanks for noticing.
12:30 over here in England.
Well, that's cool, Rob. Good luck with making movies. Yeah, it's late for Seth. Are you going to bed now?
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right.
I got up early today, too.
I have to end this because I have to drive to L.A. 14-hour drive.
I haven't seen that submarine movie, but I've know about it, but I haven't seen it.
I don't know about that.
Watched another movie too, Nathan, the other day. It was a good like slice of life. It was like a Finland.
Thanks,
called
Unit.
Drifting Clouds.
No, I like filming in LA, flying over trout. I like movies. I know a lot of people, like Yoda has said it. It's like every movie's in LA, they all look the same. I personally enjoy the look of LA in movies. I just like the way the buildings look. It just it reminds me of so many other movies that I love. And I do think LA is photogenic in its own way. I like the dryness and the colors, the yellow and oranges, and
I check it out.
I personally like it. But I'll shoot. I like filming stuff anywhere. It was cool to shoot this because it was a different color palette, and it was also just the weather. I'll film a movie anywhere that it works and makes sense, but I do love filming in LA. What were you saying, Seth?
I was just saying I'm in London.
Yeah, Seth's in London right now. There he is in the chat, Shepard Rigsby. That's Seth's name. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully this was somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, thanks for checking it out. Thanks for everybody who watches the film and who just enjoyed it. We're really glad that you were able to get something out of it and relate to it.
Yeah,
we got a lot of great comments.
That's what Seth and I have been talking about. The best part was all the comments of people saying, like, I relate to this, or this like made me feel something, which is cool because normally what people know about us is just.
That was like the main objective, to just like make something that people could relate to.
Yeah.
Like, I was just.
It's nice to make something that's like a little bit more and bigger than just videos of a guy falling down or just silly. Seth and I make a lot of videos where we're really ugly and we're just doing silly things. But that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is make movies, and we know we can. It's just you don't get the opportunity to do it very often. So it's nice to see people are enjoying the ones that we do. So I hope you watch Seth's movie when it comes out. This full feature film, hour and 20 minutes.
Finally done.
It's called All Boredom Amused. Yeah. Also, I think I would like to take Seth's movie Solar and either put it on this YouTube channel or your YouTube channel, your Shepard Rigsby one, so people can watch it. Your short film. Seth made a 20-minute movie called Solar. It's on my Vimeo on like a private link. I think everyone needs to see it. It's awesome. Yeah. You should just let me take it and upload it. And I'll just put your name all over it so people know it's yours and not mine.
What is that? I can't read that cursive name. Does it say the Mook?
The Mook, I think.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that it stuck with you and had an effect.
Anik, we could do a full length movie of this, but like it would be like $100,000, you know, because it costs so much money. This Milford is 22 minutes and it costs $50,000, and people were working real cheap. So a longer movie is more.
What is this?
It would take more time and money. So maybe I think if I'm going to make a feature film, it's either going to be Neutral being completed or something else that's very simple. I don't know if it would be Milford.
Check that out, Flying Over Trout.
But maybe at some point, if I'm making more movies and we're just like really just churning them out and people are donating, or like we have studios or we have real investors and not having to use crowdfunding, that would be ideal. I don't ever want to ask people for donations for making a film on Indiegogo ever again. It's so much work and so stressful, and it's a nightmare. And
it's hard, and especially if you don't have someone like. If you had someone produce the credits, so to speak, you could say like, "Here's all the." It's such a monumental
it's horrible
task.
It's horrible, and you have to give perks and rewards and update people constantly, and I just want to show up and act. That's all I really want to do. But in order to do that, I have to dedicate years of my life to doing hundreds of other jobs just to be seen on camera. Otherwise, you just wait for auditions that never come, and you don't get anything done. So you got to do all this nonsense just to do the one thing you actually want to do.
Thank you, Funny Stir. It's so hard to read some of these names. But it worked for you.
Well, thanks for hanging, everybody. I would like to
Thank
chat
you,
longer.
everybody.
Seth's got to go to bed, though, and I have to drive to L.A. Very early in the morning, a 14-hour drive. So.
Tomorrow?
I always say funny Sturst, but it might be funny Thursday. Yeah, I'm driving there tomorrow morning. I'm leaving at like 5 or 6 a.m.
Oh, God.
So.
Oh, Kyrie said to check my thing. I mean, refresh this. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, Seth's got some donations. I'll total everything up here that you got. Seth got a what?
God.
You just cut out.
Up.
I heard, oh my God.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Someone, I have $122 donation.
122?
222.
222?
Yeah.
That's the second 222 you got.
I say the name because it's like the real name, but initials SJ.
Oh, it was S-Jab. S-Jab gave that earlier too, didn't they? Yeah, I see one here.
They gave that to you. Yeah.
That's you've gotten two, because all the donations that are coming that came to me, I'm giving it all to Seth. All the super chats, any donation that comes in any way, I'm giving it to Seth. So that's your second.
S-Jab gave twice.
Yeah, S-Jab, you gave 444.
Yeah, that's naughty. You can't do that.
That's naughty.
That's way too
You got to put Solar online to thank everyone for donating. You got to show them. It's awesome.
I think S-Jab was saying they've watched Solar a couple times, right?
Oh, maybe.
I've watched Solar. I've watched it several times. Thank you, everyone, for watching Solar. It's really surprising to me that people enjoy that. It's something I make because I thought, well, I mean, it's not surprising, but I'm glad that people like it. S-Jab.
Thank you, Ben.
So many others.
Ben just gave $1. Thank you, Ben. That's very nice of you.
Ren was naughty tonight, too.
She was? She's driving around in an ambulance right now. Is she donating while driving?
Yeah, donating.
She's probably driving and donating. The guy in the back's bouncing all around on the gurney.
I got donations from initials of P-O, I can't say, and then T-R, and then Ren, and then another from P-O, and T-S, and another 50 from S-M. I don't know, because you know these names better than I do.
Yeah.
And then S-Jab.
Well, they know their initials, so they know what you're talking about them.
I got a 50 from oh my gosh.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, and Shannon. Shannon donated.
Yeah, she gave like 50, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. That's very, very, very generous. Now Cheffy can buy some food for the rest of the year.
Oh my goodness.
He comes. When are you coming back? In January?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad, most of all, that everyone likes the movie.
Yeah. It wouldn't be as good if Seth wasn't directing it. Like, for real, if you look at all the pictures, talk to anyone who was there, Seth directed the whole thing. Seth was just telling everyone where to go, put the camera, what to do for the actors. It helped me a ton. I really need someone to help me act serious and normal, or just not be funny, because I can't tell if I'm looking and sounding genuine. And Seth's the best person to tell me, because he's my brother and he can kind of say things that could maybe sound rude that I won't take rudely. But anyway, it's good because of Seth, and Seth's never on the internet, and people don't know what he's doing.
It's good because of both of us, and it's good because whole crew as well, like Aaron.
Yeah,
and
I
everyone.
don't want to deny anyone else. Obviously, it's beautiful because of everyone who made it that way, and everyone did more than they should have. People did more than their jobs.
That's the thing about making like a good movie, is like you have to be able to work as like a team.
Yeah, and everyone who did work,
like Aaron,
it was a very small crew, and the fact that everyone did so much more than they needed to do, that's why it ended up working out.
Yeah, Aaron would help set up shots with so much of the stuff, and we talk about stuff and we work it all out, and like it's definitely like a collaborative thing. So
yeah,
that's the other thing. And when you get people who will, like, if you have a vision, and then the best part is like someone else understands what your vision is you're going for, and then they offer what their skill set is to that unified goal.
Yeah,
so they get that same vision. It's just hard sometimes to get everybody to in touch with that.
Yeah. Varza said you should get a directing job. That is what he's trying to do. Seth is directing. He directed the movie that's coming out. That's what Seth does. He writes and directs. So he can't just get the job, though. If he could, everyone would be doing it. Eventually, hopefully, someone sees something that they like, and then Seth's able to do legitimate, bigger things.
I like to make films, but it doesn't have to be like a job. I just do it as like an art form because I like to make movies and write.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Erica. Thank you. Money for Seth. Thank you, Erica. It's very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for almost 300 likes, everybody. For everyone who's watching this after the fact, thank you to you as well who isn't watching it live. I'm going to try to trim this down where I cut out the beginning messing around with donation sounds. So if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. There was a whole craziness happening.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was very fun. All right, everyone. I wish we could stream longer. It's late for Seth, and I have to go on a long drive now and go film some stuff for Act 4 Dad down in L.A. Act 4 finale. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for donations, and thank you for watching the movie.
Thank you. I'll see you guys in like a week, and I'll probably do another stream. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.